Bring forth life. Man plant the seed. Okay? So,
if you want, man, I remember I used to go out with I used to take an ugly chick out with me on purpose. Just to get other chicks.
A lot of these women choose men who are weaker or choose men who are fuckboys and then complain about the very same
and want them to be an alpha male and all this dumbass shit.
And you into doing something, you gotta be careful about that type of shit. Jay, what you writing over there? You trying to steal another idea? You stealing another idea? Tell the truth, ain't you?
Nah, I just came up with the idea.
It has nothing to do with that.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy JTL, aka Op from the Norm, back with another one. Before I get started, make sure y'all go ahead, like, share, let the people know what's going on, what's good, what's going down. So I got a pretty interesting show for y'all today or tonight. So I appreciate everybody that's here. We already got some comments. Got the brother Wally in, he say salute. Got JVJ in here talking trash. Talking about let's get this show on the road. Why don't you come on up here and help a brother out then while you talking trash? Anyways, so today, the reason why I named the show the way I named it, responding versus complaining, right? The reason why I named it that is because my boy JV, he made a new friend. And, he was kind of dissing him. He was kind of dissing him, saying that he was complaining. He said Obsidian was complaining. He said that O'Shea Duke Jackson complaining. Most of the black men that are on the YouTube said we just complain. So that's all we do. But my thing is complaining versus responding to complaints. That's how I look at it. You're never going to have one without the other. Everybody's not perfect. So you're going to have it on pretty much on both sides. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times it's misconstrued, especially when it comes to black men. We get a different type of, we get disrespected because we the easier targets. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to kind of show some stuff. Kind of a call and response. We're gonna talk about certain people that they say the same thing about, that they're just complaining and all that good stuff, versus actually making sense. That's what we hear all the time. So I got some pretty good content for us to react to, and different reasons why it's important for us to actually respond to some of these things that women are saying. And it's just, like I said, it's not just what they say, but it's how they say certain things that's like, that's bothersome. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hear certain things, it's like, how could you not respond to that? Right? So let me get everything together right here. It's one of them Sundays, man, trying to get everything together, trying to move around a lot and all that good stuff. Right? So let me get y'all together up in here, or get myself together. So I got one right here that I'm gonna be showing. So this is a person, and like I said, it's not always what you say, but how you say it, for it to make sense, for it to not really being a problem with ruffling feathers, but just in a way that make it hard for people to really take in what you're saying. So let's go to this young lady right here and see what she got to say.
welcome back to my channel. My name is Courtney, and thank you for tuning in to You Thought It, I Said It. You thought it, I said it. You thought it, I said it. You thought it, I definitely said it. But listen, we got a topic to discuss today. We really got a topic to discuss. This topic today is it okay to lay up with niggas that don't have nothing? And when I say nothing, I mean not a damn thing. No car, no job, no money. They don't got a goddamn thing but some good pipe. And good pipe, it might be good. It might even blow your back out.
Now, just starting off, do y'all have any comments on what she had to say so far? Go ahead, put it in the comment section. I'm gonna keep it going.
Might make you feel real good about life, but he ain't got nothing else to bring to the table. Is it okay, ladies? Is it okay to fall in love with a nigga such as this? All right, here's my answer. Hell to the no. Hell no. It ain't okay. It ain't never fucking okay. And it's fucking retarded. Okay? I don't care what you say. I don't believe in it. This ain't no waiting to exhale type bullshit. We not doing that. No, it's not okay. If a man is not established, if he ain't even attempting to be established, to get himself together, hell to the no. Hell no. It ain't okay. Now, it might be okay for some of y'all. If it's okay for some of y'all, then cool. Go ahead, child. Take care of you a nigga, boss him up, get him right. You know, do whatever it is that you need to do for that nigga. But I'm not doing that. I don't even want to do that. A man is supposed to be the provider. And if you ain't providing, then you ain't a man. You's a son.
Yo, what's good, Wally? Shout out to Wally. Okay, so far, my boy JV said that's what they like, right? That's what they like. So, my thing is this. Technically, it's not what she's saying that's wrong, it's how she's saying it. Like, if that's really an issue, we can have a serious conversation, but she's definitely under 30. So she's going to be goofy with it. She's probably like 21, 22, somewhere around that. So that's how she's going to come at it. So how do we respond to something like that? Do we curse her out or do we state the facts? Like she's saying, a man supposed to be a provider, what he's supposed to do. If you ain't providing, you ain't a man. Okay. Somewhat, she's not wrong on that because men do have to work hard to get something together. But does she have to technically go off and say it like that? Did she have to throw the ad hominems in there? The verbal attacks? Did she have to really, you ain't no man, you a boy? Did she have to do that? I mean, I'm just asking a question. As a man, I'm a grown-ass man. So when I see something like that and it's childish, now I'm not saying I'm going to go out my way to go off on all that, but I'm going to address it. Like, no, I mean, I respect where you're coming from, but at the same time, do you have what you ask of a man to have? And do you think that that's all that defines a man? Because listen to what she just said. If you ain't able to do that, you ain't a man. Now, a lot of men will agree with that. A lot of men going to agree with that. They ain't going to be mad at what she said because a lot of men say it too. But the way she said it is the only thing I really got a problem with. Like, you could be smarter than that. And like Wally said, woman, what you providing? It goes both ways. And that's real. It goes both ways. But let's continue to see what she got to say.
So y'all hoes right here taking pipe from your son. Y'all let that nigga be knee deep in the pussy. And he's your son. He ain't providing nothing. He ain't paying no bills. He ain't giving you a rose. He ain't doing a goddamn thing but laying on your couch while you's at work, driving your car while you's at work, taking your money, spending your money when you's at work.
Now check this out. That's another thing I got a problem with right there. Sounding like a nigga. She ain't being classy about it. So if I critique that, like I said, and what she's saying is just how she's saying. She sounds like a dude, all masculine, think it's cool. And if I say something about that, 9 times out of 10, what am I going to hear from other females? That's how dudes talk. Yeah, that's how dudes talk. Why you talking like a dude? I'm supposed to be okay with that? Yeah, excuse me, I'm sipping on my Kool-Aid. But I'm supposed to be okay with that? I'm just responding to that. I ain't complaining. I'm just responding like you gonna miss a lot of ears because you talking like that. And then I mean, more so other masculine women are gonna like actually react to that. Then she's saying pussy and all of that. Must it on the beat. Oh, she talking like that. But she think it's okay. I mean, how should we respond to that? I want to ask the fellas in the chat. How would you respond to a chick talking like that? Is she wrong for what she's saying, or do you have a response to how she's saying it? I'm gonna let it keep going for a little bit.
It's a problem. And if you don't see that as a problem, something wrong with your ass. And I know it's a lot of y'all gonna watch this video and say, well, Tommy just lost his job 6 months ago. 6 months ago? Hell no. 6 months ago, he should have got a job. It only take you about 30 days to find another job. I don't give a goddamn if you flipping a burger. You better flip something. You better flip something. Take your ass to work. Flip a couple burgers. Wrap a couple tacos. I don't give a damn what you got to do, but you better bring in a couple coins because it ain't free to live. You can't lay up in here and lay pipe without no money in your pockets. I can get some good dick from anywhere. I don't need your good dick. I don't need.
So, she said, whatever chick says Brian lost his job 6 months ago. And she's like, that's no excuse. You can go get some kind of job. She making it seem like look how she talking. She making it seem like any type of job would suffice. He can go flip burgers. It don't matter. Really? We gonna believe that? Matter of fact, I remember one time there's this situation where this dude was went to the job to work, just a little part-time gig, and to hold him over to get something else, and it paid pretty decent. But people had something to say about it. Oh, why he left that one job to go to that job? That job don't pay that much. Well, actually, that job pays more than what you just said. But not only that, I thought long as a man decides to work versus going to jail, that's all that matters. These same females that was making these comments had to turn around and correct themselves. They had to turn around and correct themselves. They say that crap all the time, and that's not true. So my response is stop the cap. You know you lying. It does matter because they put people down. Like, I know y'all seen that meme before. The meme was like, when a young man is working at McDonald's, he broke, he a bum. But when a young girl young black female working at McDonald's is ghost sis, yeah, women's empowerment. That's how it is. It's still like that. They get clowned for it. Now, me personally, I don't give a damn. I mean, I ain't saying, go around and tell everybody your business, what you got going on. You ain't supposed to let everybody in your game ruin anyways. But what I'm saying is they still get disrespected. Even when you have a job. I've seen it so many times. Females do that and then have the nerve to try to say somebody's sorry and lazy, but you disrespect them for having a job. So how are we supposed to respond to that? My boy Wallace says, what she said is an issue. I'm just not hearing her talk like that. He said facts. But I'm just saying, I'm gonna let the hyena talk a little bit more because I got some other content or visual I want to show y'all. So I'm gonna let the hyena talk a little bit more.
Broke good dick, and that's what y'all hoes tend to keep up with. Y'all like broke good dick. Hell no. It ain't okay. Unless y'all really want to boss a nigga up, make that nigga somebody, for him to get up and leave your ass, because 9 out of 10 he ain't finna be with you. He probably only with you because you bossing him up. He only with you because you letting him lay on your couch, asleep in your bed, and don't gotta pay a damn thing. What kind of woman is gonna accept some foolery like that? Now, it's one thing for you to be dating a man, 6 years he lose his job, and it's hard for him to get back on his feet. That's a whole different ball game. But most of you hoes go into the relationship with a nigga that's riding a bicycle. Bitch, hell no. That ain't okay. You cannot date a nigga that don't even have a whip. You can't date somebody that can't put no money on your light bill, can't go half on the rent or something. I mean, he can't pay the full rent, and he can't even go half on the rent. That's a major problem. You can't go, but first of all, I don't understand. With men, if you know you're not established, if you know you don't have no money, if you know you don't have a car, if you know you don't have a job, and you know you don't got no type of way to support yourself, why take on a woman at all? You don't.
Now, Lips got this young lady got a point on that. I feel the same way. I think the same way is like, hey, if you ain't got yourself established and together, you shouldn't even be worrying about it. Now, I ain't saying that that's the only thing that's going to make you be attractive to a woman, but you got to be able to handle your own business. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have to ask her for nothing. Not only that, you don't want to have to feel sorry for you and look at you like you're pathetic and have to offer you something because you need it. So I agree with that, but it's just, you sound like a bitch when she said it. Excuse me. But I got another one for y'all. And this good brother right here. This my guy right here. I'm sure this y'all guy too. So let's do some more call and response. All right. We got another person that's saying something that's like, how could you not respond? How could you not? There go my boy.
Hey, what's up? This is Raul. Please act right. Today's video, here's a young lady that's responding to another young lady who wrote in her comments section, Black men, they always broke and always homeless, begging for money like I refuse to date them anymore. Now, this woman is agreeing with the comment.
Girl, it's bad out here. It's really bad. But one thing I have to say is, anytime I've dated a non-Black man, like I've never had this issue. Like they never asked me for a place to live. They never asked me to pay for anything. So maybe we just need to expand our options. But I see it. Like I see it. It's bad. It's really bad.
Now, this is what I want to know. Where are these women shopping for men? Are they going to the Salvation Army? Are they hanging out at the soup kitchen? Or maybe they're just going where all the homeless Black men.
Shout out to Israel. Got Israel in the building. And also, Wally says, so wait, she can call y'all females hoes, but if we do it, they quit to say what the definition of a hoe. They better have came for her, but we know they didn't. Of course not. We know they did. But back to my boy Raul, as he said, where y'all finding these men at? Now, if Raul doesn't respond to that, if we don't respond to stuff like that, what's gonna happen? Like I put it to you like this. Even when we say, you know, more so focus on helping our brothers get established and networking together. You know how many Black men I run into that say the same dumb shit, and they're not even those type of Black guys. They're like, yeah, man, all these Black men doing this. I'm like, but you not. Yeah, but they all over here. Do you hang with them? No. Then why you worried about them? So we end up having to have this conversation within our own cipher. How else do you respond to that? Us making these videos is not to sit around and just complain about Black females, especially not all. Certain ones with certain mindsets. That's just the reality of it. Because if that's the case, then y'all need to tell Black females to get the hell off the line and stop complaining. Because that's all they do. Not all of them. So, what that tell you? But let's continue on.
And live underneath a bridge. Okay, now usually I don't do this, but I am today. Well, let's first talk about how this comment is written. Maybe this has something to do with the reason why all of the broke Black men are coming after her and the one who wrote this comment. Black men, they always broke and always homeless, begging for money like I refuse to date them anymore. Instead of worrying about a man, let's go back to grammar school and learn that the beginning of a sentence, the first word, should start with a capital letter. Secondly, let's talk about the lack of punctuation. Not a comma or a period in sight. You think maybe this is why the one who wrote the comment is attracting broke, begging black men? If she speaks like this, the men with money are probably hiding from her. All right, enough of that. Notice she said, whenever she dates a non-black man, they never ask her to pay for anything. So you just going out on dates with non-black men just for them to pay for things for you, like free meals? If she doesn't have a steady man, which she didn't mention, she's just as bad as the broke black men she's talking about. She's just dating non-black men just to get stuff. Now let's talk about dating outside your race. Have any of these outside of your race men decided to stay with you for the long run? Or are they just dating you for a short period of time, getting what they can from you, if you know what I mean, and throwing you right back into the dating pool with the rest of the women? Clearly, she's saying that the non-black men are paying when they get together. I wonder if she has social media and realizing that most men, especially black men, are starting to refuse to pay for dates anymore until we.
Now, the funny thing is that chick on the screen, I can't remember exactly her actual page, but man, she be talking some disrespectful stuff. Now, she really has a terrible mindset of a feminist. Like, she's a nice looking young lady, but her thing is not to get married anyway. So she's basically running around throwing around her thought pocket. Basically, I mean, I ain't trying to disrespect or nothing like that. Got Omanaz in the building. What's up, sis? But this young lady right here, she don't want to talk about marriage anyways. Like, she just throwing her thought pocket around everywhere. Like, I've seen a couple of her videos before because I had responded to something. And she disrespectful. Like, she's a man hater. She's a misandrist. You know what I'm saying? But it's so crazy how she'll go around trying to get over on dudes, get foodie calls, but then got the nerve to just talking about expanding your options to just sleep around. Because I don't care what no female say. Let's just keep it gangsta over here. All right, that's what we do anyways. If you see a woman that's always around a gang of different dudes, she always going out. You always say, let's say 2-3 times a week, a different dude picking up. Are we going to sit there and act like she probably not smashing every one of them dudes, if not at least half or majority? And then I hear females have a problem with that, get an attitude with it, but it's like, yo, then don't move like that. Well, that ain't nobody business. Well, don't get mad if the guy you actually want see that and he gets deterred from it and turned off because he think you thotting. How else are we supposed to respond to that? That's what I'm gonna say for the majority of the show. How else we supposed to respond to that? That's just my question. That's what I want to know. Wallace says socket. Amanai said, so she on some host. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much, I wish I knew her channel because I would pull it up real quick and you can see she'll try to justify by saying it like she's so sophisticated. Basically like Jada Pinkett. We know Jada Pinkett a thought, but she tried to say it so eloquently with entanglement. Man, you gave up that ass to another young nigga. Just go ahead and say that. Just go ahead and keep it real.
We find out if the woman is actually worth it. Maybe these black men she's talking about, they aren't broke. They're just not willing to spend their money on her until they feel she's worth it. And her and the woman that wrote this comment are just making the homeless part up. Now, I know plenty of black men who are not broke. So I don't know where in the hell the person that wrote this comment and her are spending their time where every black man is broke.
Girl, it's bad out here. It's really bad. I see it. Like, I see it. It's bad. It's really bad.
No, sweetheart, it's not bad out here. It's just bad wherever you and the woman that wrote the comment are spending your time. I believe that every single black man that crosses their path is completely broke. Wait a minute. Y'all smell that? Smell it? Yep, I smell it. Tyrone. The only guys they're entertaining are the irresponsible ones, just looking to get what they can get.
Maybe we just need to expand our options.
You think? She's a nice looking young lady. And I promise you there's a bunch of guys out there with their stuff together trying to get her attention. But she's too busy trying to get the guys who aren't even serious about life, let alone serious about her. So basically, her and the woman who wrote the comment are full of Hey, somebody to tell you, and I love you. So it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click the note.
All right, so you've never been over there to Please Act Right. Make sure you go over there and check the brother out. Great content over there. Brother Wallace says, in the hood, among the club, where else? Yeah, we know that's what it is. We know that's where she's spending all her time at. You giving up time to the wrong people. Like, even if you're in the club, we already know everybody that's been to a club and bar before in their lifetime. No, a lot of people come in there front. The people you can tell that just coming in there, have a drink, They just having a conversation. They ain't minding what's going on all the way around them. They just having a drink, talking to a couple buddies. They ain't worried about that. A couple friends or something. But let's keep it real. Most of the people that go to the club go in there fronting. So if you talking to guys in there, talking to guys pulling up on you at gas stations, liquor stores, wherever you might hang out, yeah, you might run into some fake fronting ass dudes. But to sit there and say like black dudes like it's most, I mean, and let's keep it real. Most of the guys that got the heart to run up on women like that usually be like Pookie and Ray Rays or wannabe player type dudes and stuff like that. So if that's what you're attracting, you got to pay attention to what about you is attracting to it. And you got to stay away from certain places. Let's just keep it real. I guarantee you she ain't going to no library. You know what I'm saying? She ain't going to some real estate place and then guys run up on her Pookie and Ray Rays. Let's keep it gangster. She not going through that. She not doing that. But how else are we supposed to respond to that? Corey Thomas. How is we supposed to respond to that? Like, I mean, come on. What are we supposed to do? Just sit back and let somebody lie? Like I said, you got a lot of guys that will, listen to that BS and say the same thing. Like a Corey Thomas. Will say the same BS and then talking about it's not him. You're a black man too, bro. They talking about you and then you say don't worry about it, but it can come on your front step. It can come on your front door. Then what do you do? I mean, my thing is this. I think it's better for us to be proactive instead of reactive. A lot of people, in our generation, not our generation, but, past generations, I'm sorry, a lot of them let us down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the baby boomer generation that was supposed to do better. I mean, they did it in working instances and stuff like that. But a lot of them let us down. So this is what we're dealing with. You know what I mean? Just allowing these hyenas to run wild and out of order. Israel said with actions and not words. I hear you. But sadly enough, we got to get some words to some other people because they going around saying the same thing. And then when you see it, like say you're not really going to, like when I do videos and stuff, I try to do a plethora of different things. Like I did redlining last time. Week before that, I did a video talking about black women that were successful when we had our black communities. And reason being is because a lot of people don't know these things. So I kind of do it like I'm gonna set this there and walk away. I'm gonna leave that information there with you, and it's up to you to actually check it out. And if you don't, that's on you. But I mean, it is bothersome when some of your partners around you say certain things. They're like, nah, bro, that's not the truth. So that makes me go back to the research and giving out knowledge to people. So this next video, another reason why we respond to certain things so that our people can see without it just being all this information out here and brainwashing our people. And I've been there before. A lot of us been there in our younger days until we seen what the actual truth was and actually looking stuff up. This other one is going to talk about, and yes, like I said before, only problem I had with Pearly Things was just, I think when it comes to skin and all that, she leave that alone. We just talk about genders in the situation. Now she gonna have people around her that gonna bring it up. But the fact that you have some people that will lie, some women, like I said before, we see it all the time, that will lie. Cynthia G or Synthetic G. So let's talk about it.
Not a minute. Just to touch on your point just there that you said that women are privileged for being pretty and you've got an easy life till you're 45. What about all the people that have been essayed and all the things that have happened to them in their life? Is that a privilege?
That's an exception. It's not the rule.
Is it an exception or does it happen to a majority of women?
Yeah. About the essay?
Yeah.
100%.
The majority.
The majority of women
have.
If you want to ask the people here on the panel, ask the people here on the panel.
Are you saying this happened to you?
100%.
Right.
Did you press charges?
Yes, I did.
Did you win?
I'm in the process of it right now.
Okay, that's good.
Congratulations.
That's good. But I'm saying that's not the majority. It's not like the one out of, they used to like tout this statistic that was like 1 out of 4 women have been essayed, but that wasn't true. They're including like if you got your butt grabbed at a bar. That doesn't.
A lot of it goes unreported as well.
How do you know? Like, is that your view on men?
No, that's
you
us speaking
no, but I'm
between
saying
girls.
because if you're saying that's happening, you're implying that most men are doing it.
No, it's not most men that are doing it, but it doesn't, just because it happens to most women doesn't mean most men are doing it, because men,
So
the
then are you
people that
saying
are
that
doing it
there's
are
a-
serial offenders.
how can you
right, so you're
say-
saying
but
there's
how
a
can
lot
you-
of men, I guess, let's say, I'm going to throw out a number. So let's say 30% of men are essaying 80% of women.
Well, and why would you and why do you just believe women? Like, if they don't report it and they don't press charges, like, why would you assume they're telling the truth?
Why would you lie?
Because there's
Why
a
would
lot
you
of
lie?
Women,
You
look,
tell
look
me
at
what
Amber
benefit you
Heard.
get.
Look
You
at
guys saw
Amber
Amber
Heard.
Heard.
Women do it all the time. Women,
that
like,
was just- yeah.
women, and it's not fair to men that they can, like, a girl can just tell a story that someone did something to them with no evidence.
But remember,
don't talk about
a
high
lot
profile.
of these men that they're talking about are like high profile men, and they have a motive to get something out
so
of
if
it.
that
Whereas the average woman, we don't have anything to get from it.
Yeah,
we
but
just
so imagine
kind of
how many
live
men
with
it happened to for it to become a.
So, go to comment real quick. Amanaz says, never happened to me, so she needs to shut the fuck up. I know plenty that haven't been. A matter of fact, this is what's crazy also. They also throw the other word around so much, like talking about how they've been abused, right? And then, because I seen it on Pearly's show, I seen it on other people's show. They'll say that word, but then they'll be like, oh, well, verbally, he never hit me or nothing like that. It's just verbal. And it's like, the way you talking on this show right now, over talking people and all that, you expect us to believe it wasn't just a regular back and forth. Because they say most DV is back and forth. It's not just one-sided. It's more back and forth, and then it's more prevalent in two women that date. They say it's more prevalent in that community, two women that date. So you'll have a lot of women saying the same rhetoric and then try to act as if it's everybody. Like, I mean, come on. Amanaz said, bitch is lied. She needs to stop this mess. Amanaz also said, regret doesn't make it SS. G shit. They have that, the remorse and regret. And then all of a sudden, oh, something happened to me. They threw that. Matter of fact, I didn't watch this whole clip yet, but I don't know if Pearl said it or not, but I hope somebody throws that in there. They would have a lot of women and that say that. So in that statistics, they also threw that in there. That if if a girl and a guy drinks, and then the next day, she somewhat doesn't remember, then they'll try to say that it's SA, and it's like that's not SA. What are you talking about? Like, if both of them were intoxicated and something happened, that's not SA. Both of them was intoxicated, but they say that that's in the CDC. They put that in there saying that's a form of SA, but that's not true. If both people were intoxicated and they had consensual relations, how do you turn around and act as if that's SA? So they throw a lot of stuff in there that's not true. So guys, you got to be careful about certain females like that. You got to really check their temperature. Like I said, you better call the service or something, bro. And even that might not last too long, because now I'm seeing women that used to do service trying to blame it on men. Be careful about that too. Wally also said, shaking my head, women don't understand at large versus then themselves. I hear you. Let's play a little bit more.
Such a high profile
I've had guys on my show come forward and say that they had a girl lying about them around campus because she hooked up with them and she didn't want to look like I don't want to say that on YouTube. Yeah. And it's like, you can't just assume women are telling the truth because they're women. Like, and why? Like, so that's what I'm saying. So if they haven't pressed charges and won, and the majority of women haven't done that, I'm not going to say that the majority of women have been sexually assaulted.
How many cases make it to court? How many people even get their story heard, even when they've got evidence there? They go into the police with their evidence.
Generally, if you have evidence, they back you up.
Nah.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Sorry, just to add, as Black women,
Amen.
If you have evidence that a guy sexually assaulted you, the law is on your side as a woman.
See, now this part she capping like a listen. They got women that go on social media lying all the time and get cases started. I don't know if y'all seen it, that situation with Tisha Campbell that he used to play on Martin as Gina. She said some bogus story about somebody tried to kidnap her in Mexico, Cabo, somewhere. Kind of find out she was damn lying. Because of her going out on a platform and saying that on a major platform, I think it was on Twitter, then they interviewed her, right? Once she did that, they looked into the situation. The police actually looked into it and found out she was lying. So when they say, oh, most cases, they get thrown out, they don't respect it, you're a damn lie. Females can get on platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and all that, lying heifers, that is. You got some females that will get on that lie and then get stuff stirred up. Look at the Chris Brown situation. He had to show proof that he didn't do nothing wrong, and he had to go get a lawyer. The chick was just mad that he just kept using her as a booty call. The man is a millionaire. He ain't got time to be, because I see one of the messages he showed. Can we like actually go out somewhere in public around 3 or 4 o'clock? LOL. Because you want to show proof that y'all messing around. But since that ain't work out, then you go and lie on the man. So he had to show proof and protect himself. So all that cases get thrown out. If you go there with proof, you're lying. Because women get online all the time and lie with no proof and get people whole lives messed up, get cats thrown out of school, locked up, beat up, all kinds of stuff. I did a show not too long ago where this one guy went to this party and this chick was trying to mess with him when he was going to the restroom. He didn't want to. She ran out the room telling me he tried to grape her. The guys that was there beat the hell out of this guy. They called the police. The guy that was over the party, his house, he said, well, hold on, we can find out what happened. I got cameras in there. Kind of find out, guess what? She lied. No time, nothing happened to her whatsoever. So I don't know who this chick talking about, because I know you capping, bro.
Yes. It hasn't gone anywhere. Like there's someone
if you have evidence
and it didn't.
And then do you know what happens though? If it happens to multiple women, then multiple women will come forward and then he gets caught eventually.
This is the thing. If it happens once, it should be enough.
I think because you need evidence. Do you think it's fair? Do you think it's fair to men that anyone can just make up a story about them and go to the police? But right, so you would agree that you need evidence to convict somebody. And you can't just, and do you think it's fair? Do you think it's fair that any girl can tell a story about a guy and just say, oh, he did that to me, and we just automatically believe them?
No, because that was the hashtag, right?
If that was your brother, if that was your brother, guys, stop interrupting me. If that was your brother, if that was your father, like you wouldn't be cool with that. So when you say the majority of women have been sexually assaulted and the evidence isn't there, you're making an assumption that women are telling the truth. And that's not fair to men.
And you women know women tell stories. Like, this is the thing. Women know that women can exaggerate a story. They can tell a story to make themselves look like and feel like the victim. We spoke about it earlier on that women are very good victims. They know how to tell a story. And a man who is not as vocal in what happened men don't want to be victims. I know so many men. I know a few men that have been victims of their own essay by women, but they don't speak about it, right?
100%.
Because men don't speak about it.
And the thing is, if that happened to a man with money, status, and power, who is more powerful and who has more status than Johnny frickin' Depp? What happens to the average man? That is giving an incredible amount of power to women and batshit crazy women that will get away with it.
Yeah. Definitely.
And so, but it's like you're contributing to it by saying, oh, the majority of women have been sexually assaulted. If the evidence isn't there, we can't just blindly believe them.
How are you saying the evidence isn't there?
Because if you look at the statistics of the women that reported a sexual assault to the police, it is not that the majority of women have been sexually assaulted. If you say the majority, that's above 50%.
Yes.
That's above 50% of women.
Schoolgirls. I'm telling you, every single schoolgirl.
What data do you have?
From me being in school, from me speaking to
every girl. No. Data. What data?
Like,
what evidence?
Do you have like?
Were you there when it happened? No,
what
that's.
Do you mean?
Were you there? Were you there when the grape happened?
No, I'm speaking about seeing things myself.
Seeing things.
Okay, so if you saw, were you there?
Yeah, when girls were getting approached by pedophiles when we were in school uniform.
Not approached. I said graped.
Or essayed. Were you?
Were you there?
Were you there to see them get essayed?
Maybe on one occasion.
Right. Well, that's.
Seem like somebody capping. See how she's trying to make it so real, and like Pearl was talking about, and what I said about the CDC, they put some stuff in there that made no sense. So now you got women like her that's swearing up and down they know that's what happened, this what this, blah, blah, most women, blah, blah, blah. And then when you look at what they say, describe it as, and it's not that. And I get women have gone through a lot. Trust me, I get that. But the problem is that believe all women crap. Women are not like they used to be from yesteryear. They are not the same. So explain to me how we gonna work this out that we say we want to give women equality, but then even when they're lying, we still hold one side accountable. Men had to change, right? Men have changed. Cause we gotta adapt. You have to be careful, just like Amanah said in the chat. Getting cameras and all of that, we had to change and adapt. That's why if you get to kick it with somebody who's powerful, successful, and all of that, whatever field they in, the reason why a lot of them had them non-disclosure agreements is because you'll have people lie on them. Now they say it ain't cool, it's unsexy to have to sign something and put it in writing, but that's where a lot of females made it. I mean, what else are we supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? What else are you supposed to do? Got the homie Red Illusion in. He said they cry out in pain as they strike you. For real. Wallace says maybe it's either yes or no. Chick, what you mean maybe? Man, you got to get that paperwork in there, I'm telling you. In many cases, they are volunteers, not exactly. Wally also said, man, please tell me you dropping the links. I got you, Wally. It was something else I wanted to show. I'm gonna have to try to find it. So yeah, I'm gonna be dropping the link soon. So let's go ahead and continue a little bit more on this foolishness.
So that's not the majority.
And I'm not saying that you're lying, right? I want you to understand. I'm not saying you're lying, but what I'm saying is we live in an evidence-based world. Yeah. Anyone can go around and say anything about anyone, right? I can say that before we started filming, you slapped me in my face, right? Correct. But I'm going to need evidence for it. Mm-hmm. People say a lot of things. What the world we live in is that people can say a lot of things, but we just need evidence, and that's what Pearl's saying.
And you see it happening to average men too, where girls will go on social media, say a sob story, and then the footage will come out. Like there is a guy in a college in the United States, and the girl said that he raped me. The average guy, no money, no incentive. She said he raped me at the dorm. And there is video of her coming on to him, pulling him back to the dorm, like forcing herself on him. And she turned around, average chick, no incentive. So why would I just believe anybody that doesn't have evidence or proof?
We're not saying, well, me personally, I'm not saying to just believe anyone. But when it comes to the whole pretty women thing, it's not all like glitz and glam as you think. Like we do get harassed unwantedly just because we're pretty, and people think that we should just accept it because we're pretty. Like
when you say harassed, what does that look like? Because this is a thing we spoke about on the show. Certain women will claim harassment, right? Sorry, and certain women will claim, oh, it was attention.
Followed home.
Does that make sense?
Followed home.
Followed home. No one follows it. If someone follows you home, that's harassment.
Wait. When you say no and they don't take that no for an answer.
That's not harassment.
I think there's a whole different spectrum.
If
some women say they want a guy to chase and they want to play hard to get.
That's why I said.
Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't know where does the line get drawn.
Okay, if you say no and he continues to pursue you, like on the street is what you're saying. Like you say, I'm not interested, and he continues. And some guys are just persistent. That's not harassment.
It is harassment.
Like that's a low bar.
Sorry, go on.
I feel like what we're doing right now is going with the minority, and every time, and the minority being men. It's like earlier when we were talking about fat women. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're gonna find that one guy who's with a fat woman. You know, this is the same situation. You're gonna find that one man who was telling the truth, but most of the time it's women who tell the truth. Now, when we think about sexual,
whoa! How do you know it's most of the time women tell the truth?
Can I say something?
No.
No.
Address that point.
Yeah, how do you know that most of the time women tell the truth?
I'm talking about evidence, yeah?
Okay.
When it comes to police and evidence, they need CCTV, DNA, etc., etc. Right. Sexual assault isn't always DNA. You're not always going to have sperm because it's not always a rape. Now,
Great.
Sorry. When someone sexually assaults someone, they're not going to do it in a.
Oh boy!
Look.
Oh man! No, man, where you going, man? Come by it.
This nigga stupid, man.
Thank you, man. Just doing the most. Just doing the most.
Welcome, JBJ and your pocket shirt. Please let them know where to find you at and your pocket shirt.
Oh man, what's up, y'all? You can find me over on Let's Talk with JBJ. You won't see me posting anything until Friday next week, though, because I'm in timeout. But yeah, you can find me over there or over here on Saturdays. Yeah, Saturdays at 7:00. That's all I got.
Oh no, you good. You good. I was trying to find some good funky music. All right. Yeah. So what you got for me so far on the show, brother? Brother.
Say it again.
I said, what you got for me so far on the show, brother?
Well, with this part right here, because I think I talked about this one, but just listening to it again brings me to another mindset. Like, a lot of these ladies are on the panel are very selfish, because when it comes down to it, they're willing to believe somebody without evidence, but they don't understand how detrimental that could be to somebody else. They don't care, to be honest with you. Like, they told that story about that girl saying that a guy touched her because he didn't want to. Well, the guy touched her because he didn't want to mess with her. And then they say all them dudes beat that guy up. And then later on, the police come. This lady doesn't even understand that those guys could have deleted that guy. That dude could have lost his life that night because of that lie. And we just let this shit just slide all the time. We got to start, like, for real, it needs to be charges with that. And I know in that situation, they'll be like, well, she didn't file a police report. Other people called and said something. But no, there should be some type of punishment for that. And we let that shit slide a lot. I've seen girls get called out right to their face, like proven right to their face that they lied. And they'll be like, I don't care. And nobody holds their feet to the fire. So we need to start holding their feet to the fire. That's what I thought about this. The other lady, the one you call Lips, she can say whatever the hell she wants to say about women do better and all this stuff. That's who those ladies like to go for. Low quality women go for low quality guys. The problem is those same low quality women are yelling from the mountaintop, saying that these guys ain't ish. Like, all these guys ain't ish. No, the guys that you mess with ain't shit. Like, I don't even understand how these ladies, how you sit on the internet and say that you want to provide her or protect her and all these things, but then you turn around and be messing with a dude that ain't got a job. Like, make it make sense.
It sounded like she was projecting.
Yeah, that's all it was. A lot of them talk that shit, man. They know they don't qualify. Like, the dudes that they want ain't checking for them. If they do check for them, they knocking them down and that's it. They're not committing. They're not committing at all. And honestly, they don't even know what the hell they really want when it comes down to it. Because you can say it's about the money. We got famous rich people leaving famous rich people. You can say it's about the attention. I've seen people leave. Tierra Mowry just left her husband. He was all up in the family. Love, say, great husband, doing everything for the family. So left him. So I'm like, man, look, you don't even know what you want when it really comes down to it. So
she helped build, because remember, she said right at the end when I was closing the video out to switch to another one, she said, yeah, I mean, he might stay with you because you bossing him up. The next thing you know, he gonna leave your ass anyways. Well, Tia Mowry bossed up Corey Hardrick and she left him.
Hey, guess what? What Tierra did, Tia, I always mess that girl name up. She did a boss up. What that girl was talking about, her type boss up, girl, you going out and working and bringing food home to the house. You let them drive his car. That ain't no boss up. That ain't no boss up. Like, you think you bossing somebody up by letting him drive your car and putting food in the house so he can
or
eat
waiting until he get a job.
Yeah, like, man, look,
meaningless job.
Yeah, a lot of these girls be talking about, you always hear a lot of people make that saying, like, women want to be accepted for who they are.
Yep.
But then they'll say that they date dudes off of potential. So I want you to accept me for who I am. But the only reason I'm dealing with you is because I believe that you're going to be greater than what you are right now. So not accepting that person as who they are.
Nope.
That's why I used to love when Kevin used to do that crap all the time. It's like a man making $45,000 a year. Is that good enough? Then they always went to, because we can get together and bring our money together. He's like, no, that's all he's going to make. He's happy, fine, certified, staying right there. Is that good enough? And they all say no. So it's like, man, look, don't play them type of games.
Let's see. And Alman said, Pearl said it before I could. Y'all got persistence classified as harassment now. Shake my head. Yeah, that's what they got in the CDC.
Good point.
Man.
Good point.
Red Lucian says control cap delete. who we got? Wealth Talk Productions in the building. What's good with you? Salute. Israel says they want leverage, which is why they choose low value men. Yeah, that's how
Control,
they be.
Baby.
Got What We Know podcast in the building. What's good with y'all? Actor Merlin Santana from the Steve Harvey Show, rest in peace, that brother, yeah, was shot because a woman lied and told some guys that he great. Oh shit, I didn't know that's what happened. Damn.
But that don't matter though.
He got somebody try to rob him and did shit. I gotta look more into that story. Oh hell yeah, yeah, we're gonna have to do a video on that. Damn, that's crazy. Red Lou just says leverage equals dominance. Yeah, that's pretty much what a lot of them
control, man. They want control.
I mean, I said Corey was straight before Tia. Well, he was the one that told the story that when they first was getting together, he was first starting out. And basically like, she held him down when he didn't have nothing and all of that. That was the whole story that they both been saying. But if that is true, why would you help him and then leave him? So,
going to your point earlier, the girl said she bossed up a dude by letting him drive her car. Well, Tia could be capping too. I built him up. I bossed him up. She could be capping. Like the dude was already in the act.
I'm talking about Corey said that. He was saying that when they first.
Oh, he said that. I mean,
yeah, he was riding the bus, waiting for a bus on his first acting gig. Her and her sister pulled up and picked him up.
Well, obviously he wasn't for his first acting gig.
Mm-hmm.
If they making money like that and they picking up random dudes, where's the bar? Where's the bar and standards?
What I'm saying. So if in that situation, right, if he would have did her wrong, who fault would that would have been?
Oh, it still would have been his.
I mean, of course it would have been his fault, but we know logically that
is her fault. You invite a snake into your house, don't be surprised when it bites you.
Exactly. Or bring more snakes in behind it.
Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead and play some. Man, these damn chords over here. I gotta get some cordless shit. All right, let's go ahead and play some more of this rubbish.
What is sexual assault? Let me just define this first. Essay. Sorry, what is essay?
So essay is either you're going to be raped, maybe even groped. It can even be taking off a condom without the woman's consent.
That's essay.
Yes, you can be prosecuted for that because that woman.
They call it stealthing, I believe.
Yeah, if you were to go and look at the police statement, there's a whole load of things that are considered essay.
That is that is horrible for men. If a girl can just claim you took off the condom during sex and go to the police. Yeah, that's horrible for men.
It's the thing where there's no camera in the room. It's either one person's word against the other, and you can't always go the men because then women are never.
So can I say that as a man, I've been having sex with a woman and she's asked me to take the condom off, right? And I've said no. So if I took the condom, or if she took the condom off and said no, I wouldn't do it, is that now essay on my part?
But
correct.
What I'm trying to say
is essay on my
correct.
part.
Okay, it can happen to men too.
So she essayed me.
But this is the problem: is they include everything in essay. When everything.
If you take someone in a certain
cases
way,
are so low. You don't find cases like that often because that woman is then trying to prosecute that man for no reason. Most of the time, women don't go and say these things for no reason. If a woman does that, that is a small minority that wants to get at that man for a particular reason. But most of the time, a woman is not going to go and lie for no reason.
Women are spiteful. Women do.
Depends.
I mean, women are spiteful.
Sound like you got something to say?
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of cap. I was thinking about that for a second. Like, what would be okay? So if she says he took the condom off during sex, that's essay. What if she lied and said that she's on birth control and then she turns up pregnant? Is that essay? Because this is a dumb rabbit hole to go down. But if we gonna go down the rabbit hole, let's go down the rabbit hole because that's stupid. No woman can sit here and tell me, because most of them done have multiple partners, they know the difference between when a condom is on and a condom's not. So you can't, did she finish having sex with him after he took it off? Did she end the sex right then and there? It's dumb. You can't include all of that stuff in the essay. Either it's gonna be essay and grape, but grape can't be an essay. It cannot be. And honestly, it should just be assault. You want to say somebody grabbed your butt, that's assault. We already got laws on the books right now for that type of stuff. Somebody unwanted touching, that's assault. Stop bringing the S sexual into it.
But I think that's the biggest issue is because it's so vague nowadays. That's what the problem is. It's vague. Like, so if you mean to tell me, like you said, somebody grab you behind, that should just be assault.
Straight up.
Why put the S in front of it? That should just be that. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays it's so vague. It's like anything goes. And I'm sorry, but I just gotta keep it real. I don't want to take it to the skin color thing, but I gotta keep it real. This is some white women shit. It really is. Cause it's like y'all so privileged that y'all got time to sit around and throw everything in there that what you think should be something or feel. That's some white women shit. You got all the time in the world. Like if somebody make a mistake and bumping you, oh, he SA'd me. Like,
oh, we saw that. Remember? We remember that little kid up in New York or whatever, or Philly, or I forget where it was, and the whole neighborhood came out when the white woman came back to watch the tape. And it's like, man, his book bag rubbed across your butt, man.
Oh yeah, the little young dude, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Stuff like that. They just nowadays they just throw in all these Karens all over the damn place.
Well, they don't care because it's just emotional. And then on top of that, what gets me is like when you use that word, when they try to group all of that crap into one thing, you say I was SA'd. Everybody's mind is naturally going to somebody grape you. Off bat, that's where we're going to. Every time anybody says anything terrible, we're gonna go to the extreme, the worst part of it. They know they're using those words to invoke emotion to get people around and behind it. And that's why people were still like riding with Amber Heard, even after the fact. Like these people sat outside of the courthouse, and I guess they didn't even decide to listen to what was going on inside of it. Still out there talking, yeah, just because Johnny Depp had money.
And don't forget, they also had got up some money for her.
Yeah, like $3 million, $4 million. Pay her legal fees. Why she paying legal fees if she won?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, how? But they still helped her out, and I remember that's where I'm so glad they ain't on the show no more. When Kay was on the Lapeef show talking about oh, he didn't lose nothing. They were like, that man lost $100 million in 6 years of work. Oh, he rich, he'll be fine. No, that wasn't what we was talking about. We was talking about, did he lose anything? He lost like $100 million in 6 years worth of work. Oh, he'll be fine.
You know what's worse than that? They don't understand that a man can have all the money in the world, but his reputation, his name, you tarnish his name. You still have people after the fact of being proven innocent. He didn't do it. Literally proved that she was lying. People still are going to view him a certain type of way. His name is tarnished. It was dragged through the mud. No amount of money is going to fix that. And the sad part, he probably not even going to recoup all that money from her. Like they don't understand, like maybe a woman's reputation won't matter because people will sit around here and make excuses for her. Like people still make excuses for, what's that girl name? Brittany Renner. They still make excuses for her. Oh, she's going to find love and all this. Like, what? Like, what? Like, no, hold her feet to the fire just like if it was a dude doing this. Like, Future don't get no pass with the guys. Like, the real man, he don't get no pass with us. We be like, he a fuck boy.
Yeah, but they don't pay attention when we say that. Wallace says, okay, so if the condom was off, the DNA should speak your truth for you. Yep, the truth. It will speak the truth. Almond says, it's not even worth it to deal with these bras out here these days. I'm telling you, I'm following that so much. You really have to watch who you deal with. Israel said it's only assault when men do it. Women can do the same thing. It's not, man, boy. I ain't gonna even speak on that. Trust me.
Oh, add on top of that, and it's only assault when it's a dude doing it that they don't want to do it to him.
Exactly. Especially if it's Denzel versus Tony at that work for UPS, it's SA. Ray Lucas said prolonged eye contact is considered harassment in the UK. Public eye contact dropped significantly as a result. You know what? That sounds like reckless eyeballing what they used to do with black people back in the days. So now they bringing it back.
Hey, look, man, we done wore that out. We need to bring it back. Come on, get it back.
Yeah, what? It's only like so. I want to ask everybody a question in the chat. I'm gonna start with you, Jay. Now, could we say that is a big for that, especially that with the eye contact? Is that one of the big reasons that women so-called can't find good men these days?
I'm gonna
They
say
said ain't no good man these days.
Look, I'll say that's not the reason they can't find them. That just adds to
Well,
it.
one of them, yeah, one of them.
Like, I'm not even
You
gonna
think
say
that
it's
adds to
big.
it.
I'll say, man, that's less than 1% right there. There's a lot bigger. There's a lot more reasons why women can't find the man that they want. And
But I'm just saying, can we add that as one copy?
yeah, we can add it in there, man. We can add it in there. Number 377. Add it to the list.
Because I mean, you can't look at her, and not only that, because they say that men cheat, man, blah blah blah. But at the same time, if you saying that you don't want men just eyeballing you, looking at you, can we honestly sit there and say that women don't find most men attractive?
Yeah, 80%. They don't find you attractive.
So 80% of men are reckless eyeballing.
Pretty much.
Remember
Think
what
about it. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be vague about this, but remember what I told you before in my situation, why I don't just holler at anything.
Man,
That's
you
why.
you better get out there and holler, man.
That.
Look, it just tripped me.
What Almond said? I'm gonna leave this on there while you make your point.
Hey, look, it just blows my mind with the way they operate off this stuff. Because I'm like, here you go. The argument is, it's hard to find a good man out here. But here you go. We already know that they don't see 80% of men. They even done studies on this stuff. So it's like, I don't even know why they playing. Like the girls that don't have like an inflated ego of themselves, they see majority of men. But the ones that feel like they the baddest thing since sliced bread walking around, go to Brazil, you'll be a 4. But those chicks, they swear they don't see these men. So when certain men do things to them, they attribute that shit to all men, but you don't even see these men over here. Like I have that conversation back and forth so much with the girls in the comment section. Like they talk about men this and men that, and they literally will say all men. And I'm like, you don't even see all men. You see a small percentage of men, but you attribute it to the rest of us. And I'm like, come on, boo-boo. I literally had a girl tell me, I need to take care of my kids and forgive my mom. She did the best she could. I was like, first off, I ain't got no kids, and I came from a 2-parent household, so I don't know who you talk to, boo. Why you just roping all dudes into that shit? I should have asked her how many kids she had.
Probably about 34.
Should have asked her. She contributed to the problem.
And Almond said they stupid on LaPeep. Yeah, I agree with you. That's now that they ain't got Kay and Kayla there no more. I'm like, okay, every once in a while I can check y'all out. Every once in a while. Like I really don't even watch it like I used to. Red said Out's point is that criminalizing eye contact is a perfect example of further dividing the sexes. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It helps, but it's also showing proof, in my opinion, that they don't want most guys looking at them. So how can you say that most guys even have the option to cheat or have the option to get with all these females if most females nowadays don't want to do looking at them unless they're attracted? But how do you know that the guy that you want to look at you and try to talk to you is thinking of these consequences nowadays? That's what they're thinking about. Red said, get you some glasses. All right, let's play some more of this debauchery.
But you know how many stories I have of girls like not letting the dads see their kids because they just have an issue with the dad? That's a common story. That happens all the time. You have no idea how far women will go because they hate a man.
Just to feel like the victim.
Yeah.
Because like you said,
and women, there's evolution behind it, because if you're a victim historically, like more men will come to protect you. Yeah, right. there's biological reasons why women do what they do.
You can't sit there and say, oh, women wouldn't lie about this thing, but listen, women can lie.
Just like
you as women know you can lie and you can exaggerate stories, and you've got friends and family members that you've listened to, heard stories from, and you know they're lying and you know they're exaggerating. So please.
But I think it's the same way you find people who are sometimes a bit tapped, sometimes a bit sick in the head, yeah? And those are the minority. You'll find people who will do that, but that is not always.
How do you know it's a minority? But here's
the thing.
Data.
We could go back and forth about the he said, she said. The women are saying this, the men are saying this. Because if I talk to women, they'll say everyone's been essayed. If I talk to men, they'll say all the men have been essayed. But the only thing we can go off of is evidence.
Right.
That is it. And so if you're not willing to go off of evidence, then we're just going off of what you feel.
Yeah.
So what does the
Experience as
evidence
well.
say about it?
Experience too.
But you
It's
need to
not
also
it's not
realize-
it's not a majority of women. It's a minority of women. And if you take off the random things that they count for SA, when it's actual grape, like someone grabs you, pull like off the street, it's a very small
You see,
percentage.
but you see what you're saying. You've painted this picture of down a dark alleyway, grabbed off
Well,
the
the girl
street.
said off
What
the
about the
street.
one with her husband and she says no? Can you not do that?
You can say no.
Well, no,
you
because
can.
you're-
Yes, you can say
see,
no.
but you see the picture that you painted of you're getting grabbed off the street.
No. What I'm saying, it is not the same as someone being grabbed off the street by a stranger and raped. Is not the same thing as someone taking off a condom. I'm sorry, you can say that's controversial, but it's not the same.
It's controversial,
It's not.
girl.
Like someone being traumatized by
they've got
yeah.
their different. There's different tiers. 100%.
But we put this all in SA, which I think it's just stupid. And so then we paint this picture that women are being attacked all the time by men when it's not true. We're more safe than we've ever been in all of human history. Ever.
How many women?
Yes,
have,
we are.
How many
Oh
women?
my
No,
God.
they're
All right, hang on. Hang on.
No, but
Yeah, hang on. The reason why you're more safe than you've ever been in history, right? Every single, or
this my
generally,
shit.
the buildings that are built that you live in, the cars that you are driving that you drive, when you go to work, it's all men that are doing this stuff. Men are actually making your life safer, and you totally negate it. This building, the bricks that were laying were probably laying by men. The plumbing in this building was probably done by men. Men have made women's lives so safe to the point where women are now thinking that they're so comfortable that they can tell men, you know what, men ain't shit.
Well, and-
it's like, well, if men ain't shit, go back and live in the woods.
Throughout all of human
Like, go back and live in the woods.
stop.
appreciate mental building.
Throughout all of human history, we needed a man to survive.
100%.
Now you're
Right.
able. It's a privilege to be able to live on your own as a woman. Men had to tame the world. They had to build the buildings. They had to make the police forces. All the people that protect us are men. And it's like women
If
are
something
so
happens to
women
you,
are
you're
so
calling a man.
unappreciative. We'll still go back and say things like the majority of women are being raped when you know damn well that's not true.
The majority of men have an innate protection device within them towards women. And when I say that, I mean this. Police forces, armies, firemen, men protect society because we're not just protecting ourselves, we're protecting the women and the children.
But if they protect, they can come across as protecting society, but they also take that to their heads and think that they can treat women any sort of way. Women get groped or touched up in a taxi cab where we're supposed to be safe getting driven home. Women get touched on a train. Like, for a woman to say, oh, it's sexual,
if you
essay, yeah.
If it's essay, me personally as a woman, I don't want to really go through that kind of scenario and then have to go, when you obviously go to the police, have to then really go over those emotions again. It's not a whole.
Listen, I'm not gonna negate people's experiences like that. That is a very unfortunate experience.
Like,
Your experience is very
I-
unfortunate, and I'm not saying that it's not. It's a good thing that it happens. It's a bad thing, but I'm
Honestly,
saying
I've been
to
groped
paint the
before.
majority of
It's
men
like,
like
you-
that.
okay,
No,
it's
but
gross.
that's the
It's
thing.
gross.
I never
It's
said the
gross.
majority.
No, okay.
Well, one at a time. Go on,
What the-
Pearl.
okay.
Go on, Pearl.
What do you mean they're animals and they want the majority of men aren't doing that? I'm sorry. If you get groped on a train, you can call the police. That's a privilege. That's a privilege most women didn't have throughout all of history, and we are entitled.
Sorry, who said it was
I
a
think-
majority?
I never
You
said it was the majority.
You said the majority.
No,
said the
I
majority of
didn't.
You
women
said
of-
we.
You said the majority of women have been
And I said
essayed.
it's not. And I said it's not most men at all. There'll be serial offenders, guys that think it's all right. Oh, you know what I mean? I touched her bum on the train. She didn't say anything. So next time he's gonna grab her down the alleyway, and next time it's gonna go to this. That's what happens. That's why when they catch, can I say, rapists or whatever?
Rapists, yeah.
Yeah, when they catch them, they've got how many people they've done what they've done to.
Agreed.
But I'm sorry, but grape is very different than being grabbed on a train. One is lifetime traumatizing. One, okay.
Yeah, but you
I
can't
think, like,
you can't
different
speak about other
experiences-
people's
Yeah,
experiences.
like, different experiences affect people different ways, and I agree there's definitely a lot of females who like misreport or exaggerate, but it still doesn't take away from females who actually get SA'd and are traumatized.
And I
by
think
it.
men have as well. A
It
lot of
actually
men.
does take away.
I was just
dummy.
about to say it actually does take
That's
away.
the whole point.
That's the whole point of this conversation. It actually does take away from the women that go through these experiences. When we look at a woman lying on Chris Brown, it takes away from the women that's actually going through it, because they're like, oh, Chris Brown doing it. That's more important than me going to the police. Like I know you've seen it. One woman was on the show talking about, oh, if you're going through this, I'm here for you. Talk to me, call me, reach out to me. Maybe you can't get out of it. It's like, no, you better get out of it. Call the police.
There you go.
Like
they'll be there.
Yeah, I mean, if they there when you lying, what you think is gonna happen for the girl who ain't lying? You got more women lying nowadays than you did yesteryear, and they keep capping them. Oh no, most women tell the truth. Okay.
Shit.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you, and this ain't me being sexist and stuff, but I say women lie more than men do.
Of course.
I'm just straight up.
And real women know that they gonna let it be. Nah, I don't even mess with. I don't got a bunch of homegirls. I got 1 or 2 real homegirls, and females I don't even deal with them like that. I know plenty of women that move like that. Don't unless they in their family. Maybe they got maybe 1 or 2 friends, because they always got some drama going. Look what happened to Shaquilla Robinson got herself. Having a group of fake friends, and look what happened. She got deleted by these fake ass heifers that she was looking out for. All that money she spent to help these broke. Anyways.
Oh no, man. Cynthia said that was a man.
Cynthia, a man. So I guess she know when she see a man. That's all that is. Cynthia, man. She know when she see her another brother. brother. She know when she see another brother. That's all that. That's what she's trying to say on the low, but we ain't caught it. But I caught it. Red Illusion said that's like me saying I watched the war movie and got PTSD. Now I deserve the same medals as Jay. Pretty much.
Nah, he can't get them, man.
It'll be like Jay going to the Dollar Tree or Family Dollar somewhere and buying you a participation trophy. He said, Wally said, shake my ass, send me some Black D.
Shit, I think she getting some, man. I think she got her little Pookie and Ray. She might have a little Pookie and Ray. She pay a couple $2 to come through and blow her down, man. Just make sure she get a wig.
The only way you can tell that she getting some is when she have screens where she actually being nice, and that's me being nice.
Well, she might not have gotten that in a while.
Thank you. That's all it is. She just bad because she ain't had none in a while. And the little moist dude she had on the show where they was talking about it one time, I was like, oh, I can't even listen to this. That shit disgusting.
What is his name? Because I saw his channel. His channel popped up on my shit. Damn, Alex. No, it's not Alexander. What's that dude name? Because he got a weird ass name.
Nah,
what the fuck is his name?
I don't know.
I don't know, man, because I don't want to be going. I was tempted to go in on him, but you know what I would have to leave with, dude. I was gonna critique him.
You have to call it the pause show.
All right, y'all know what I mean. But I didn't want to straight up start going at him because, like, you know, we all know this dude play on the other side of the fence. Like, so I didn't want to attack him right off of that. But I'm like, dude, you invoke emotional responses to the things that you say with your little sis ass. But I had to get it off my chest, man. I couldn't hold that in no more, man. Just like little Corey. I saw you talking about your boy Corey. Yeah, just like his little sis ass.
Man, he know he is. That's why he talking like that. He need to be on her show too as one of her commentators. Yeah, the problem with black man, because he sound like, you know, the homeboy Tevin.
I ain't seen J Mike in so long, man.
Good, and you've been showing the show, so I was surprised he wasn't even in there.
Hey man, he probably got beat up by somebody.
Oh damn, I ain't gonna say all that. Anyways, we got hold on, give me 1 second. I don't know how the hell I did that.
I say I would have got over here earlier, man, but I had to cut my hair and stuff, man. It took a second.
Cut your hair?
Yeah, I had to take a nap. And then I woke up.
Yeah, you look sleepy. Man.
I'm up now, man. Took a shower and everything. Got the cocoa
bags under your eyes.
Yeah, I always got them, man. I work too much.
And you have a nice pocket on your shirt.
Hey, man. Only the high quality is of the qualities. I wore it because I saw Israel then came up in here. I was like, man, let me put the pocket on. Let me put the pocket. I had on a white shirt. I was like, nah, let me go and change that if I'm going to get on camera.
This dude. All right. So another reason why we respond the way we respond, like we said, like I keep saying, how else we supposed to respond to that? You got to respond, man, because a lot of lies going around. So I got this other video I want to show you.
So do you think I heard black women say that they don't feel that black men protect them. Have you heard this, ma'am? Do you agree with this? Do you agree with this?
I mean, that's false as crap because I feel like we're the most feared men on earth.
No, I'm agreeing. It's definitely a broad statement, but so do you agree with no? No.
No.
So why do you think that they feel that way?
insecurity.
I think what black women are saying, of course, in their relationships, maybe, but I believe they're saying also as a whole. So examples like, okay, we call our women bitch, we call them the B word, we call them, you know what I'm saying? Like the way we represent them as a whole, right? No, listen. And look, so when I first saw the post,
you know what I'm saying? I gotta interrupt. Let me interrupt this one.
Let me get my point out first.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
When I first saw the post, I got offended. Like, you know, every woman in my life, like my wife, my mom, my kids, I respect them wholeheartedly. My kids don't hear me call my wife out her name. I got mad when I saw it on Facebook. But then when I was reading the comments, you know, because I feel like when you let a victim vent, you get their perspective. And I learned that in my relationship. Like, you know how when you fight with your spouse, you want to get your point out so bad, but I'm learning to listen. So I kind of get how. So I always said this, right? And I know I'm sounding like super Captain Save-'em right now, but the truth is this. We made women, and I'm about to get so much hell for this in the comments, but I believe that we made women okay with it being okay for them to be called bitches. They took, hold on, listen. They took the term and they adapted bad bitches, right? Now, let me tell you, hold on, but listen, this is how I came
like where you're going with this.
No, because look, a while ago when this shit started happening in the 90s, a woman wants to please a man, just like a man wants to please a woman. So if I see that you want to call me, oh, that's my bitch. Like when niggas like, that's my bitch. Oh, my bitch bad. Yada, yada, right?
It's all cool.
No, yeah, eventually, at first, like, stop calling me a bitch, but eventually, just like species evolve, women took the word, you know what, fuck it, they're gonna call me a bad bitch, I'm a bad bitch. Now you got Megan Thee Stallion. So when it comes to the protection, I think they look at how we represent them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking for my culture. You know
now you saying as we represent them as a whole, or just as a
whole? Like, my bitch this. Oh, this bitch,
they did that hot girl summer shit. So I mean,
but you got to go back in history though.
Yeah,
you got to go back in history. The hot girl summer, of course, but again, we made that shit cool for them.
They made it cool for themselves because if your homegirl can call you bitch this, bitch that.
But listen to what I just said though. They start calling themselves bitches after we kept calling them bitches.
I feel like they started the bitch shit. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
So women start calling themselves bitches?
I mean, technically it went back further, but I'm pretty sure it just became a cool word for that's my bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's my homegirl.
So, Jay, what you got on this so far?
Man, that nigga full of cap, man. I mean, my grandma used to call old Miss, I'm forget her name, Miss Gladys down the street. Went back in 1993, 94. She was calling Miss Gladys down the street a bitch. They've been calling each other bitches a long time. Don't sit there like the dude sounded. He said he clarified it from the get-go. He said, I'm probably gonna sound like Captain Save-A-Ho. You is sounding like Captain Save-A-Ho. Women have been calling themselves bitches. Because think about it, the times that I started hearing them, and I know my mom could even vouch for this, women calling each other bitches, they weren't putting bitch in songs. Artists weren't saying bitch in songs because that's what he's referring to. He's gonna refer to the music always pushing this shit forward. No, man, look. That ain't on black men. That ain't on men as a whole. Because I remember white dudes used to call women cunts. They weren't calling them bitches. They were calling them cunts. I don't know what other people in other races used to call they women. But man, no, women adopted that. That ain't come from us, bro. You can say we had some influence on it, but at the end of the day, you can say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. We didn't make them fucking call themselves bitches. So don't put that shit on me, bro.
Well, we got Grace in the building. She said, hello, gentlemen. Hello.
What's up, Grace?
Red Lucia says it's actually 50-50 with selection when it comes to cultural evolution. Interracial dating statistics are proof. While it says if you don't like it, why still use it yet? Women are more mature than men, they say. Red Lucia said, what you mean we still do? And Grace says, hold up, Jay. Back then, it was in a derogatory way, but it's become more recent. That's it used in a homie sort of way. Red Lucian says, I just ingrained bad bitch, and it was actually being used in the 1820s. You got to show us that. Grace says, I don't, however, believe at all that it's used because of men. This is my thing with that. Just because men were saying it to certain women does not mean you had to take that. Like, my boy Pop, he used to say, when he made the song "Wonder Why They Call You Bitch," at the end of the song, he said, "Dear Miss Dolores Tucker, you keep scratching, motherfucker, wondering why we be saying bitches. I thought I would make a song to let you know why we call them bitches. And nothing personal, just strictly business." So that song starts off when he said, "Look here, Miss Thing, hate to salt your game, but you're a money-hungry woman and you need to change. In high school, all the homies used to do was laugh, high fives because another niggas played your ass. It was said you was easy, giving up for what you need. Now it's your thing, shake it how you wanna. Give it up free and make your money on the corner, but don't get mad, play the game, get mad and change, then you wonder why these motherfuckers call your names." All right. So if you got a woman acting like that, that's who they used to call a bitch. If you had a woman that was a streetwalker, lady of the night, talking like a man, that's usually who that word was reserved for. And you called the wrong woman that, you got your ass whooped back in the days.
You know, I got a good comparison for that.
Go ahead.
So here you go. Here, like when we hear all these people talk about why do these black people use the N-word so much, that logic right there would be, well, black people just blame white people for it. Blame white people for the reason that you use the word on a regular. That's not gonna fly. You use the word on a regular because you want to use the word on a regular. Girls are more inclined to call each other bitches more than anything. Like, come on now. Like, and then try to turn it into a good term, like into an endearing term. I'm a bad bitch. Come on now. Like, everybody has personal responsibility. They are able to do what they want and say what they want. You're not gonna blame what comes out of your mouth on somebody else. Like, you're not doing that. But that's him fucking sliding accountability away from the people actually doing something.
Because he said maybe that's part of where the protection is missing, because the way we would call out women that word. And it's like, but you didn't have to adapt that. I put it to you like this: like when they say street nigga, street dude, whatever. That didn't mean back in the days that you sold drugs. Nowadays, that connotation means you sell drugs. Street dude was you could be running the streets, trying to go get with females, running the streets, going to the club and parties all the time. It had nothing to do with selling drugs. But nowadays, they make it seem like, oh, street nigga, oh, he sell drugs. That's not what that word means.
That's what it's associated with now.
Yeah, they switched and they remixed what it actually meant. That could mean any dude that runs the streets. It don't matter what you do, you run the streets. Dope boy or D-boy meant you sold drugs. Right there in the title. Dope boy. Young dude that sell drugs. We already had a title for that. Now they want to remix it. So when he says that, it's like that has nothing to do with it. That really does not. So women these days think, well, if I call myself a bitch, once he call me a bitch, it don't hurt as bad. Yeah, okay. See two women calling each other bitches and walk up and say, "What up, bitches?" and see what happens to your ass.
No, they gonna lose their motherfucking mind.
You gonna get cut. Ready Lucha said we are embracing the historical slur. Okay, bitch. Wally says, right. She a bad bitch, aka bad dirty dog. Red Illusion said street dude is just someone who be outside. That's the actual term of it. Grace said it is literally just another thing females use to point the finger at men. Yes, and like I said earlier, how else do we respond to this? Because now
you know we don't complain.
He's
just complaining.
Yeah, we just complaining, I guess. But see, got another brother saying, "Oh, you know, he gonna probably be a simp for that." Well, guess what? That's why this is why we respond the way we do, because we got brothers that know better saying the same stupid ass shit. But let's roll the tape.
Homegirl is now bitch. Like, but did you know? Or best friend is just now I'm bitch. So it's just like the word bitch is now turned into a friend, homegirl type of friendly stuff. But when we say it, it's a negative situation.
I'm gonna tell you why. You want to know why? Because you can't choose to be the king sometimes, and you can't choose to lead sometimes. Let me tell you what I mean. If it takes for us to change the shit. Like men be saying we want to lead shit up and down. I want to be the leader, but at the same time, you make the change first.
Yeah.
If she see you calling her queen, if she see you calling her by a more positive name instead of derogatory name, derogatory, you know what I'm trying to say, then it evolves back to positive. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think a woman wants, in certain situations, wants to be led by a man. In certain situations. Now I want to make sure I say that. So yeah, back to the women feeling unprotected. I just think the way we represent our black women in society sometimes
All right, now back to that part because that's perfect. That's a great example. Now, when you say how you say women feel disrespected because they say we don't, save them or protect them, or
they don't feel protected.
All right, you don't feel protected. Like, how do you not feel protected? That's why I say when a woman has, that's why I say I need a great woman's perspective of like how you not feel protected. Because 9 out of 10 people with a man, you should feel protected.
Okay.
Well,
that's what I started seeing too.
Another thing too, a lot of our women now are being more aggressive than our men are.
No, but I'm gonna say. So if you see a black woman,
because we are very protective, definitely over what we,
No, he said, do you think they're being unprotected?
We're unprotected for sure. It don't get no worse than that.
Well,
I
shit,
still don't see how women can say that though.
But do you want? Okay, let's be real. My wife, I know she's gonna stand up, but I don't want my fucking wife protecting me like that. I'm not even wanting to put herself in danger, but I know she would.
I mean, yeah, that's good.
So, okay, who protects the black man? Who's supposed to protect the black man?
We protect ourselves.
I think, bro. So I'm gonna tell you something though.
You seen the movie King?
Listen,
and Queen.
For sure. But I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Black women. I'm gonna tell you something about black women. I don't know a lot about all these other races.
Mm-hmm.
I know a black woman gonna talk her shit.
Yes, sir.
It takes a real man to lead a black woman, a strong black woman. But when a black woman fall in love with you, listen, bro. I know my black woman.
It's hard to get it up.
Go ahead.
This nigga's simp. This nigga's a simp. And the main reason I'm saying it off of that last statement he made. A real black woman, it takes a real black man to lead a real black woman. No. First off, because a real woman, period, knows her place when she's with her man. A man should not have to move outside of the norm to have her be cooperative. All these unruly ass motherfuckers talking about, yeah, he can't handle me. I need to find a man to handle me. No, you need to handle your ass over there. You're gonna be homeless in a little bit. You're gonna have a couple kids in a little bit because you're unruly. You're not cooperative. I don't need to have to handle no woman. Women have the ability to stay with a guy or not be with the guy. Why do you got to sit around with a dude? That's why I ask a lot of these ladies that say they with these dudes and he can't lead and all this stuff. But I'm like, you've been with him for 10 years. Why are you with this dude for 10 years if he can't lead you? All these negative things you have to say about him, but you gave all of this time in your life to this motherfucker. No, I don't have to handle you. I don't have to lead you a certain way. I'm gonna lead you the way I'm supposed to lead you. You can either get on the plane, you can get the fuck off the plane. It's one or two. Stop trying to put that on me. That's a shaming tactic right there. That's all it is. It's trying to shame dudes and accepting bullshit and try to make them self-conscious about themselves like they ain't doing something right. No, you doing something right. She just crazy, bro.
But that's the problem. What he just said, the way black women are, they talk they ish. And it takes a strong black man to deal with a strong black woman. Now, strong black woman pushing everybody away. Oh, he weak. Get away from me. Oh, I couldn't deal with him. He was too nice. He weak. You can't tell me nothing. Don't try to control me. And then you turn around and see you by your damn self. Then you think, oh, shit, I ain't got no protection. But instead of you realizing it's because of you and you pushing away your protection, you blame us.
Easy way out.
So how do we respond to that?
Oh man, we complain, man. You know we do.
I mean, we're not supposed to say nothing. It's like, please excuse my language, but in this one, this is called for. Bitch, who you talking about?
Man, he probably talking about himself because that like it blows my mind when these women say, especially when I hear black women say they're not protected. First off, you live in a time where even when Pearl and all them were elaborating to it, you can call 911. That's automatic protection right there. You have fathers, you have brothers, you have cousins, you have all these men around you that you can call on when something happens. And we know these white knights come running. How do you say you're not protected? No, it's like what you say. A lot of these ladies run their protection away from them. And it's all a feeling. It's not about an actual physical thing right in front of them because they have it right around them. You got a cell phone where you can pick up and call 911 right now and have some protection come and save you. It's about how they feel about something in the moment. And I don't care about your fucking feelings. Like, fuck your feelings. Start acting right, man. And that's why I want a lot of dudes to start putting their fucking foot down, man. Bitch ain't acting right, man. Cut that hoe off, man. Fuck that pussy, man. There's more hoes out here. There's more females on this planet than there are dudes. Stop having a mindset of fucking scarcity and start having a mindset of abundance. She don't want to act right, the next one will. And keep it moving.
Like I said, how else are we supposed to respond to that? And Red Loser said, men protect ourselves after civilization. It became more about social protection for women. Both parties should know their role. Yeah, that shit ain't happening no more. A lot of black women think they are in the main character of a Tyler Perry movie. Media has MK Ultra them. Yep. But then want to talk trash about us like it's our fault. You got what you wanted. So take them equal rights with them equal lefts.
Not even that. Bro, a black woman gonna talk shit for you. She gonna look out for you. If your burger not right, and you said, "Baby, let's just leave." No, we go back in there real quick. We supposed to have 2 letters on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
That's not protection, bro.
I think the black man has to.
That's bullshit. That's a bitch that's gonna get you shot.
That sounds like her not knowing her place. Your man said, "Let's go. Don't worry about it." Now, we going back in here. What? So what does that turn into? Her trying to act like your damn mama. Give me your hand. We're gonna go back in here. Now tell me who was picking on you.
Gonna get a man 6 feet under. Same thing probably with that girl that happened with the bodega. Ain't the same thing with them 2 brothers that went to her baby daddy house. Ain't no telling what they done told. This girl done told these men and got them wound up, battery in their back, wound up to go in here and do some dumb stuff, and they end up getting their ass deleted. Remember that girl that shot, the guy that got shot? You remember that guy that got shot at McDonald's because supposedly his mama fries were cold? So she went and got her son to come and shoot the dude outside of McDonald's over some cold fries.
Over cold fries.
Now I understand they said that they were cracking back and forth or whatever. There's ways of handling this crap. These women want to see street justice. That's what they want.
Thank you. That's the same thing when certain females say men are not held accountable. What they mean is they want to see somebody get fucked up and lose a 1/4 pound of blood. Dog, how you gonna sit there and tell, like when he said she gonna run back in there and be like, no, this supposed to be like this and blah, blah, blah. That's the problem. It's ways to handle it. You go talk to the manager. You don't go jump in somebody's fucking face like you finna fight. And that's what a lot of our females do. But sadly enough, since men can't say nothing because we're complaining, the other women need to check other women for that shit.
They put us in danger more than anything.
Thank you.
More than anything. I've seen too many dudes. Like, I mean, dude, I ain't got jumped before for a girl. And find out at the end of it, she was the one that was in the wrong. Trying to defend this chick. And dudes be looking at you like you funny. That's how I look at dudes when I see them trying to like simp for a bit. I'm like, this motherfucker, you'll literally see a girl, and I say this too much. You'll see her Kia dude car, bust his windows out, pour Clorox and lighter fluid all on his clothes and set that shit on fire. And as soon as that dude take one step towards her, here come all the Captain Saver hoes. You ain't say one word when she was doing all this crap to him, but as soon as he decide, or he might look like he about to get some act right. Now we gonna jump in. No, these ladies have been protected. And the sad part is a lot of this protection, I'm not gonna say it needs to go away. We need to start protecting them the way it used to be. I'm saying this stuff, and I know somebody gonna say I'm misogynistic or something like this. I'm really starting to think back. You know how they always go back in time to say these men were oppressing these women, they weren't letting these women do all this stuff. I believe men were doing that for their women's best interest. Think about it. After all these laws have been taken away, all these extra rights these women have got, all the I can't remember the word, whatever the word is, but all the ability for them to go out and do things. Now that they have all this social freedom, look at where they are. Like, yeah, they can make more money, but are they happy? No, they're worse. What happens to our families?
And don't forget, they're the most in debt as well.
Most in debt. And then on top of it, like, look, our family structure has fallen apart with this liberation of women. I think these men before knew what the hell was going on. These dudes used to fight wars over women. So they had to keep that shit in check. Oh, he dealing with my girl. My girl done left my castle, done sailed across the sea off a lake or whatever the hell. And now she with him. We going to war over this. No, we got to keep these hoes in place, in check. And that's why I say a lot of the people that came before us dropped the ball by allowing this bullshit to happen. And they'll call us fucked up for saying this shit. But I'm like, look, boo-boo, you can't pick a man. Y'all keep picking these dudes and having babies by these dudes, and you talking about these dudes ain't shit, but who picked these motherfuckers? Back in the day, arranged marriages. You would say, oh, well, I ain't happy in this marriage. At least you had a family to fall back on. You had kids you loved. You were provided for.
At least you had stability. You wasn't happy, but at least you had stability.
Now
because
you
now
ain't-
you don't have that, and you ain't got neither now.
You still ain't happy. Like, man, come on with that nonsense.
And
man.
but then
your
you
own
blame us.
person.
So it goes back to that because it's funny you said that because I said that in a comment section a couple nights ago. When men were so-called quote air quote oppressing women, what happened? It was better for them. Once they got their suffrage rights and everything else, it got worse. Y'all got the right to make money, but now you're the most in debt. Y'all got the right to go own your own houses and properties, but a lot of y'all getting evicted. A lot of y'all had the opportunity to vote, and now a lot of y'all voting for the wrong people. What's really good? We got Wally in the house. What's good with you, Wally?
What it is.
Chilling, man. What's going on with you? What's your thoughts on the show so far, man? How do we respond to this? Because apparently we complaining, but how else do we respond?
Shit, we respond by putting foot to asses. Man, look, I'm getting sick and tired of all this bull crap. Man, let's put up with these bullshit. Look, ladies. See, and this is why when we speak to this, y'all think we against y'all, but we really for y'all. See, y'all keep leading these mofo behind women to tell these lies. You do understand that also works against you, the ladies that are telling real truths, right? Because let's be real here. I guarantee you, I guarantee you 2 times benefit. Guarantee you. There's more lies being told on the grapes than there are truths. Like literally, we got a small portion of the truth. Cases that are in the middle because they still haven't been solved, because it's the he say she say thing, and then the absolute falsehood of these lies. And understand, they all work against you because guess what? For every single time that another one comes out and they're hearing similar things of lies that the others have told, this might be working against you. Now, of course, if you got some proof, that's different. But I'm telling you, for more of these lies that come out, the more of this is start to act like, oh, here we go again, another fucking lying case. Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, because to hear this shit every single time, eventually you have to start asking yourself: is she telling the truth, or is this another bullshit case?
I mean, if you
that's
don't,
my thing.
If you don't, it's so many bad things that can happen nowadays. But the sad part is to make the excuse that we should be okay with being collateral damage because of what somebody else did. No, not if it can cost you your life and freedom.
That either.
No, it can cost you your life and your freedom and health risk. And you mean to tell me that
Don't forget representation.
Fuck that. Hell no, I ain't with that shit. And I mean, how else are we supposed to respond? Like the dude Corey Thomas that tried JV. Like, oh, you complaining, you just a bitch. And it's like, no, you a bitch. Because the same way you saying O'Shea won't go step to none of these pookies, but he calling them out. You say we don't do it, but you see, especially O'Shea calling pookies and Ray Rays out all the time. But then now you move the goalpost and say, well, you ain't gonna go say it to their face. You a bitch. Because that's something a female would do. You say call them out. Now you say go and get in their face. Now he supposed to go get killed. Now you gonna move on and get the next person deleted because it made you feel good. And that's what Synthetic G is on. She don't care about the black men that are doing great things. Because if she did, she would point them out. Her excuse is, oh, in large numbers than that. Where it's
Of
more
course,
black men.
well, of course you're not gonna point them out because she's selling the narrative.
It's more black men working in college and building than it is in prison, fucking up. But you misconstrue the numbers and then change the narrative to fit what helps you make a little change off these stupid hyenas that follow you. And then they believe the bullshit. So when we say, no, this is what the situation is. Whether you like it or not, you disagree or not, we're talking about it. You have to stand up for yourself. If you don't, then you'll fall for anything. So I don't give a damn who like it or who don't like it. I'm going to stand up for me and mine. I don't give a damn what you say, because you're not going to sit here and lie like this. Those are blatant fucking lies. And we see it all the time. Like, quick scenario, my pop's neighbor, she was holding her dude down. He was a pookie, went to jail. I guess he was mad because she got pregnant while he was in jail for 8-9 years. He come back home. They having problems. He putting hands and feet on her. So her peoples come through and like, hey man, I see my cousin ain't looking right when she come around, and plus her job calling around trying to find out where she is. You put your hands on my cousin again, we gonna fuck you up. So it happens again. Week later, my pop tell me truck roll around there. Family member driving, got a gang of family members in the back. Say they come in the house, he tried to lock the door, they kicked the door in, threw his ass out like Jazz on Fresh Prince. Oh! So when he was on the ground and he was trying to get up, they were like, let me help you up. And they picked him up and slammed him again, whooped his ass. One of the neighbors was like, stop, you gonna kill him. So they fuck him up, get him out the house. Guess what the cousin does, the little cousin? Move the nigga right back in. Move him back in. So you mean to tell me we pose a... The only thing that a lot of these females say, the ones that holler protection, they only talking about helping them when they fucking up. That's all they mean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But here's now this is another thing I got also an issue with, right? Because in the video, this female was talking about dudes, their paranoia amongst being psychopaths or whatnot. And I'm thinking to myself, because when I made that comment about the whole psychopath or sociopaths, right? My thing is this, right? So in the United States alone, right, there's only 1.2% of adult men that are psychopaths. Fucking small, minute number, people. Small ass number. But yeah, we out here believing that there's more men out here that are doing this shit and that there are more psychopaths out here. I mean, look, it's not required for most of us out here to be checked up every other now and then to see if we're at that level or whatnot. But even then, it's not even at the highest level. It's just not. It's just not. It really ain't. And then to top it off, not even to even mention, right? And then plus, not even to even mention, there's 0.3% to 0.7% of adult women that are psychopaths. So I don't hear that shit. So y'all easy can be the main liar, the same way men can. But what's even more funny here? Wait, let me see this. Because it's funny, because here's some signs of some psychopaths. Now here's the funny part about it, right? So one of them says the behavior that conflicts with social norms, the disregarding or violent, the violation of rights of others, the inability to distinguish between right and wrong, where mostly these women have, delusional ones at least, the difficulties with showing remorse or empathy. Oh Lord, here we go. Tendencies to lie often, manipulating and hurting others, and recurring problems with the law. Now, with just those small signs alone, let's be real here. I mean, honestly, we can also say that both men and women, in some sense, have got a little bit of each of these. But even then, for some of these mostly, man, look, this is reading women more than anything else. Y'all can't, y'all women got such a hard problem, especially in these statements when we speak about things, to distinguish right and wrong. Y'all be so quick to sit here and say the whole thing, but we're talking about the broad spectrum. Y'all want to talk about yourselves. Y'all can't distinguish right and wrong. These delusional women can't distinguish right and wrong. I'm trying to tell you, y'all bringing these psychopathic traits already.
But I mean, guys, you got to be more careful. Let's see what else they're saying on simp cuts.
Protect the black man. It starts with our image and how we respect ourselves. But that's a whole different deep conversation. I get what you're saying, though. You know what I'm saying? I think, I don't know, man. I get what black women are saying. Like I said, I was offended at first. But if you see a black woman on the street getting disrespected by some white supremacists, are you going to jump in if you don't know her?
Nah.
See, that's it.
Hold on, it depends on what you got to see the situation. So you just gonna dumbly
What you
jump yourself
mean?
into a
See the
gunfight
situation.
without a gun?
Hold on, boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like some shit, just like
okay.
Another thing about it, that's a problem with us as well today. A lot of us are into minding our own business. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't got nothing to do with us, we gonna stay out of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of black people have been living throughout the years. So
Yeah,
you really got to look at it. And then
I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
Go ahead.
I saw a post on Facebook. I'll be on Facebook like I'm oh shit. It was in a restaurant and this white man was going hard on this black woman in front of her son. And I'm just like, I can't tell you that I couldn't just watch that, bro.
Okay, that
I see my mom, I see my sister.
Yeah. That's different.
Huh? No, she was a grown woman, but he was a grown man. Like, but I'm like, no, he was going bad on the woman. Oh, the son was like 9. You know, I can't tell you that I can turn the cheek. You know what I'm saying? But at the same,
no, I understand that as a point, but we're talking about like physically with the woman, like the incident that happened downtown. Matter of fact, in what's called what old girl was fighting with the dude with the gun in the situation that she ended up getting beat up or whatever real bad, and he had pulled out the pistol on her, and it had everybody was recording, but when nobody helping her not get beat up type stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that was a lot of stuff like our rappers and stuff trying to look at.
But if you see somebody, you said you wouldn't, I get it because they got guns. But if God forbid one of the lovely women in your life is getting assaulted by, and you're not there, would you want a brother to step up and protect her?
Yeah, definitely.
So how you gonna say you wouldn't?
Depending on the situation and circumstances, bro, you got to see what is there. So you just gonna run out there and get your ass shot by somebody for no reason? I'll call the police and inform it. I'm gonna go try to distill all the situations.
I'm strategic. I'm not gonna go run and jump in front of nothing like that. I'm not gonna go dive into it. You gotta be smart. It's like playing chess. But at the same time, I can't tell you I'm turning the cheek.
I'm not gonna turn the cheek. I'm gonna just if I can just how you say this escalate the situation. There you go. De-escalate the situation.
But that's
I can do it.
Something though.
You know, but it's technically not doing anything with actually, making me go to jail. Because nowadays, bro, we can just go hop on a dude now and say all this shit. You still going to jail.
I'm not telling you to be no crash dummy. I'm telling you, would you help step in?
But in that situation, how could you be? Dude over there fighting the girl,
huh?
She helpless. She got ass beat up.
At that point, I gotta jump in that.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta go ahead and get off. That's cool.
If I see some, you know what I'm saying, fucking nigger and this and that. I gotta,
we gotta attack that. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't even gotta do that. You gotta play chess with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
I ain't like to. I've never seen a black woman lose to a white supremacist. That's another reason why I say I wouldn't really. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, our black women are strong now. You know what I'm saying? And that's just another thing too.
Listen,
she's still a woman, but all women now can hold our own. They have this. That's another thing back with equal rights too. Because they're equal quality. They talk more than us men do.
But I think that now that we give them that she a strong black woman, some men think that's a cue to ease up off the gas on protection.
I mean, that's what they want us to do.
No, they don't.
And well, of course.
I think women want to be protected.
They figured that out. They figured that out. Okay, maybe I might want you to be the man.
No.
Because they might.
No, he's speaking some facts on that. Because he just said, the simps in the chair said, oh, well, men think that mean they can ease up off the gas. Yeah. I got this. Go on somewhere. I got this. You ain't got. All right. Cool. You got it. Go ahead and have it. And then when something goes wrong, it's our fault. How else are you supposed to respond to that? Now, back to what Israel said earlier with actions versus words. Yeah, that's what it's come down to. And the actions are going to get worse because the words are going to start disappearing. If you ain't in our cipher, you just don't know what's going on. It's a secret society. All we ask is trust. You ain't going to be a part of it. For all them wild wilderness hyenas and thought pockets, they're going to be out there in the cold on their own. And once it get to that point where we no longer give a damn, I mean, for real, that's, oh well. Why you ain't got a man? Why you ain't out here without your husband? They say that's how dudes move in certain parts of Africa. If you ain't got your man or your husband out here, you by yourself. That's how it's going to be now.
Of course. Feminists taking over.
What's that, Wally?
No, I said, of course, because feminists took over. Women empowerment, baby. All that fuckery shit.
I mean, the only person you can blame is your daddy. Don't nobody else owe you shit. Your daddy, your brothers, your uncles, granddaddies, or whatever, but mainly your daddy and your brothers. That's your main protection is your family. So if you ain't got it in your family, you better find a man.
You used to go from your father's house, who used to be your protector, to your husband's house, who became your new protector. Now these girls out here, I tell them straight up, he go, look, I tell all the ladies, y'all ain't got no protection. If you ain't got a man, you ain't got no protection. You better call 911. Stop playing around with it, because the way we used to do it back in the day is a daughter was protected by her father. And then the father would pick her husband, or she would like a guy or whatever, and the father would approve of it. He would hand his daughter over to the new man, which, you know, they call that just being property and getting sold. Handed you over to a person that was known to have to, well, he knew he was going to have to protect this woman. He was going to have to provide for this woman. He was going to have to treat this woman right. Y'all said, fuck that. You're going to pick and do whatever the hell you want to do. So while you out here doing hot girl summer and independence and all that shit, you don't have no protection. You don't. You chose to not have protection. It's your problem.
And let me speak on that a little bit. You know, that's the funny part about it, right? It's like these women, they choose to be the ones to pick their so-called partner out here. But when y'all out here trying to pick, y'all can't pick for shit.
Terrible pick.
That can't pick for it. Then you want to get mad because you couldn't pick. Well, sweetheart, if you can't fucking pick right, then fucking let your daddy pick it for you. Oh, nah, I don't want to pick it for me. How am I supposed to, who's the guy who's going to pick for me? I don't know him. Bitch, you don't know none of these niggas out here that you fucking trying to date. What the fuck different?
I'll tell you the difference, Wally. I'll tell you the difference, Wally. The guys that she picks get a pussy with. The guy that her daddy picks is actually going to be good for her in the long run.
Yeah,
she don't want that. That's the lame dude.
That's the thing.
He's boring. He's fucking boring. I don't like that. Why did he pick him? But then you find out this dude treats you the best in the world, looks out for you. That's what trips me out when I see a lot of ladies leave their relationships. Man, they're like the ones that be like, no, he was great to me. So why the fuck did you leave? Well, you know, I needed to go discover myself.
I wasn't happy.
Yeah, that shit.
I had to go take a journey from the beyond to beyond.
It be bullshit, man.
Hey, I'm gonna step down though. I'm gonna come back if I got the chance though.
All right. We got Foxy Moon in the building. She said, "What up, everybody? What's good, Foxy?" Also got the brother Israel in the building. What's good, Israel?
Yo, what's good? How y'all doing?
Chilling.
What it do?
What you got on the topic tonight?
Man, I'm so proud of Jay for coming out the closet tonight, man. That took a lot of courage, man.
Damn. What I did?
I'm fucking with you.
I said what I did. I missed it.
I guess you put on that pink shirt.
He got his pink with the navy blue stripes on.
Like, man, y'all know how I do it, man.
Well, what you got on the topic though, Israel?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I'm still going back to the Pearly when y'all was listening to the Pearly video when these chicks, it don't matter how much truth, facts, evidence, statistics you give them. It don't matter. They're going to sit there and believe what they want to believe, and they're going to lie. And the fact that chick was like, why would they lie? Why wouldn't they?
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell they lie because what's one of the first things that come out their mouth? To be honest, who the hell says that? Why wouldn't you be honest? Why do you have to say to be honest? That means you're used to lying. Your default setting is to lie. So that's why that little short circuit always pops up in them. To be honest, or let me. Well, I'm just being honest. Then what were you doing before? Most people, and I know most men, typically speak honestly. We just assume what you're saying is true, but it's just a lie. Most of the time, they exaggerate and they lie, and it be the most improbable shit. You like, what are you talking about? I was listening to somebody's podcast, and the chick was talking about some city everywhere. I don't believe this city exists nowhere on the planet, but whatever city she was talking about was all of the black men was with white women downtown. Have any of y'all ever seen that in your life?
No.
I ain't never seen that either. I done been to a lot of cities. I ain't never been downtown and seen a whole bunch of black men with a bunch of white women. I ain't never seen that.
That must have been
But
Cynthia
she's-
G.
Nah, I wasn't. I don't follow Cynthia G like that. Probably one of her minions or somebody. But,
Something. That's crazy.
but I'm just the fact that you say that out your mouth to try to portray that to somebody else as reality. Where, when and where has that ever been true? And I'm in the South. I ain't seen that down here nowhere. You might see a black guy and a white girl every now and then, but to say every black guy you seen was with a white woman and they just all downtown out and enjoying like,
And she
what
had
event was
nobody.
that?
And she had nobody.
Yeah.
But see,
but where was this event?
But that's the thing though, Israel. The sad thing is when I see black females talk like that, a lot of them be by themselves. But instead of looking inward and looking in the mirror, they look outward to blame everybody else. So if you seeing that all the time, why you ain't got one? What is it about you that run brothers away? 2 white women. Some of these sisters got to realize some of y'all running them 2 white women and different races of women. But they ain't gonna be honest about that shit. I see some black women that do, but rest of these hyenas, they'll be honest.
Percentage.
Yeah, it's very low.
Majority
It's very
of
low.
black men are with black women.
Right.
That we know that. Just like the data that comes out where, black men are the most involved fathers of any group of men in this country. But the narrative is black men ain't shit, they deadbeats, they don't take care of their kids. But the CDC come out and say, nah, them niggas the best.
But they don't believe that. They believe the one
Oh,
where
they
it say
definitely
every woman has been SA'd. They'll believe that one though.
Yeah. I remember I was working and I was wearing a nice little lime green polo shirt. Girl comes up to me. I would speak to her at the office. I wasn't friends with her. I can't even remember her name. She would walk up to me. She walked up to me and said, "Oh, you look nice today." And put her hand on my chest and kind of slid it down. I went back to my desk like, did I just get sexually harassed? You
You did.
I'm questioning that.
That's what just happened.
But what could I have done about it?
Oh, they would have
Now,
laughed if you
flip-
would have said something.
Exactly. Now flip that. What if I had put my hand on her chest?
Oh, you
Security
going to
would have
jail.
drugged me out that damn building.
Shit, as soon as you reach a police, nigga, give me that. Don't do that. You like Jazz on Fresh Prince. Throwing out the damn door.
Your girl, and all of that. That shouldn't have mattered. At the time, I was still married. I'm a married man, at this time. And it's so funny. We had a company function. We went to a baseball park. Here in Charlotte. Company function. No, it was a Panthers game. And I'm taking a little selfie. I went by myself. I was taking a selfie. Like, hey, I'm at the game. And if we look at that, and you go back and look at that picture, she photobombed me. She's all in the picture cheesing because people was asking me, like, who that girl with you? I'm like, what y'all talking about? I ain't go with no girl. Sure enough, I wasn't even paying attention to the picture. I paid attention to the picture. She right next to me in the picture, smiling like we was hugged up.
Wow.
Ain't that harassment?
Yep.
If I had did that to her, again, HR would have been bringing me into the office Monday morning.
I'll bet.
But
it's crazy,
But hold on. Oh yeah. Well, let me do a couple of real comments real quick before we get back to the end of that video. Red Loser said exactly Israel is like debating a flat earther. Why bother? And Grace says, to be honest, the most popular phrase used to start out, the biggest lie live.
Now, fuck that, man. I'm mad at Grace right now, man. Because, look, I used to come up here, man, all the time. And I come up here, she up here. I noticed last few times I done been up here, her ass ain't been.
Different Grace.
Oh, that's a different Grace.
Different Grace.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, I'm about to get her ass.
Calm down. Grace also says they think their feelings equal facts when the fact is them and their feelings is wrong. And she also, Cynthia is chasing black men to any other woman for safety of their future sons. Believe that. Yeah, let's play the rest of this simp shit. Not the barber, but the guy in the chair. And Red Lucha said he should fuck his shit up for saying that shit he's saying.
cannot handle every situation. Every
I
time
think
they
women
jump
just
into a
want to
new
be
face,
respected. I think women never wanted to say you niggas just.
all this goes in with women feeling like we can't protect them due to their situation. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
All that goes into it. And then it's just like the whole point of how black women feel that way. Us men also feel the same way as black women. Y'all discriminate us down to the motherfucking T. We deadbeats. We all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? We
don't stop that. You gotta stop
type
that.
of shit, bro.
I don't think
that's the difference. All women now, they talk down on us black men a lot.
Where are you getting your facts?
What do you mean? Black sisters, what is you saying?
Bro, you telling me that most black women think that black men...
I didn't say most. They have those. What do you mean? I see them out here.
Where?
I see them on the phone. Hell, let's have your stylists. You know what I'm saying? These women are independent and strong, bro. They mouse. We have alpha women. There we go. We have, you know how we have alpha men? We have alpha females.
And it takes an alpha male to deal with an alpha female.
My point exactly.
Bro,
are y'all going to clash at a point in time?
Huh?
Are y'all going to clash at a point in time?
That's where respect comes in. Look, my wife, listen, talk about alpha. Look, hold on. You can't, again, back to being a crash dummy. You got to know how to play certain situations. You got to know when, bro, being a leader is not about who got the biggest chest, bro.
Yeah.
A leader is smart and strategic. When you're dealing with a strong woman, a strong man not gonna just, I told you to do this, sit down.
Just for a second,
you gotta play
please.
smart.
See, I hate when men do this, and we got to stop doing this. This is that you can't handle a woman, and you need to be strong, and obviously you weak shit. And ain't no such thing as no alpha woman. First of all, is no such thing.
Right.
Secondly, every man ain't alpha. 90% of men are betas. You can if you got 10 men in a room, only one of them is going to be the alpha. That means the other 9 is betas. And there's nothing wrong with being a beta. You just ain't the best of the best. You can only have one best of the best. And we got to stop mixing simps with betas. Most men are betas. They're not leaders. They've never been the best at nothing in their life. Facts. They were just that doesn't mean they're not masculine. It doesn't mean they're weak. They just wasn't the best of the best.
But him getting all excited is crazy. Who says that? What you talking about, bro? But it's like, hold on.
World you living in.
When we say something,
and this is where my generation is giving y'all the verbiage to fight that conversation, because now y'all we've trained y'all to be able to come right back at that. Hey, we got 50 years of history where these women been making songs and talking shit about us. You ain't hear none of that, bro. RESPECT, scrub. That's all y'all life.
This dude's a simp.
Going on but the rent.
The dude is a simp, man. He's sitting around here.
Yes, he is simping. Yeah, you exactly right. That's a simp right there.
He acting like he don't know what the hell these women say out here. Maybe he lives in a bubble. Maybe, possibly. I don't know.
No. He know what's going on.
Look.
You know, we ain't gonna
all
even
I
give
know
him the benefit
is
of that on that one.
All I know is he full of shit. This alpha woman bullshit. She can be an alpha amongst the women. She is not no alpha amongst a man. So when you talking about it takes an alpha man to handle an alpha woman, no, the fuck it doesn't. It doesn't, fuck boy.
Again, there's no such thing as alpha.
No such thing. It's no such thing.
That's what I'm saying. I'm playing in
even around women, she can be a high quality woman, but she's not no damn alpha. Because if
she can be an alpha amongst women.
Nope.
Y'all remember Bear Grylls Island, right? Season 2. Right? Which one of them women became the alpha?
Well, most of them do that shit by community. But I'm saying you can go into the wild and find lionesses, where there's that one lioness that takes over for the rest of them. Like she runs it. There's an alpha mentality amongst animals and human beings. Now that Bear Grylls shit right there, that was just death by committee. That shit was hilarious.
That's how they run shit. So using your example of lions in the wild, you don't even see it in that scenario, because when the males are away from the herd, the rest of the herd gets out of order. So if there was an alpha lioness, that would not happen.
You don't think so?
The herd always gets out of order. I don't care what animal species you look at. When the males are out away from the herd, they always get out of order. Lions, elephants, you name it, they all do that. But this whole, you know,
I read Foxy comment.
Yeah, I'm about to read that. Hold on. I'm gonna get to it. We got Temple Supreme in the building. What's good, Temple? Red Lucian said an unchecked woman is not an alpha female. Thank you.
Exactly.
Grace says there should not be any alpha female towards any man, maybe in the company of other women, but not around men. I still don't agree with that because she's gonna take that same mentality towards a man, straight up in that.
But you don't even see it.
But
you don't even see it.
Hold on. This what Foxy said. She might have jump her butt up in here. Foxy said the barber sounds like he's crying. Respectfully, LOL.
He's simping, like Jay pointed out.
Well, no, the barber ain't the one simping. The one in the seat, the one that's simping.
Oh, it's
I
the
don't
one
know.
that's in the seat. I can't
Is Foxy
see it.
really? That's why I was laughing. I was like, is she really talking about the barber or the guy in the seat?
I think she like me. We probably had them mixed up. But the guy talking about, I mean, like,
yeah,
dudes
Foxy,
like that,
please expound that out. You talking about the actual barber or you talking about the guy in the seat? Because we looking at the guy in the seat is crying.
The women, it's a dude like that simps. He always think a woman is gonna hear what he said and reward him. They always think like that. So he thinking in his mind, some chick is gonna see this video and they're gonna give him some kudos. That's
His
what
wife.
simps do.
He
His
married,
wife,
so you know
his
he's
girl,
simping trying to make
his
her
sister,
proud. Yeah.
Whoever.
Yeah, baby, you keep them men and check them raggedy ass men. They don't know how to be a real man. They
You a
don't
real
know,
man.
baby.
Blow his ego. But real quick, that's what I was saying earlier, Israel, for his because I agree with you for his actions over words. The actions need to speak a little louder than the words. But what I was saying as far as how we supposed to respond to that is because you got a dude like this saying that shit and you hear that shit. Like you said, majority of men are fucking beta. So
Well,
they'll
when I
sit
said
around
the actions over words, right? I wasn't talking about us men talking to each other.
Right.
I was
right,
talking
I
about
agree.
us men arguing with women. That's
Oh no, I agree with you 1,000% on that.
Now, with us men, we got to check each other. Like Dennis Sperling said earlier this week, we got to be on code. And I've been saying that too. We got to maintain our code the way they maintain their code. And then we can have our private conversations later. Hey, bro, you know you was out of pocket, but I had your back when them chicks was around, you know. We got to get on code like that. Because women will die on that hill to defend another woman, even when she's wrong. You just saw that on that Pearly interview.
Dead
Just
wrong.
seen that.
Grace
what are you
says
talking about?
that's seriously disrespectful, and men should be shown respect. Even raggedy men who are given respect often rise to the occasion. Women don't rise; they just expect everybody else to bow down. For real. Red Illusion said women cannot be alphas. They are elder matriarchs in nature. The matriarch animals are only motherly, like a mama bear. Then Foxy says the guy in the seat is married, so he knows not to argue. Yeah, he's simping. We got like once.
Hey, he brainwashed not to argue.
Make him a simp.
He brainwashed not to argue. He believe in that happy wife, happy life shit.
Oh
he's socially engineered.
Because like just look at him in the eyes. You see he's simp. Look at the barber face.
He got the fear of his wife in his eyes.
Exactly.
Like, my wife here? She here? I've been saying everything she told me to say.
He right.
She probably texting the nigga while he talking. You say what? Okay, go ahead. I that's okay. We got about 40 seconds left, 30 seconds left, real quick. I'll play the rest.
Yeah, but see, you can stay your ground and still be submissive though. Submissive is not like we're not talking about 1970 submissive. You watch the car.
Yeah.
It's just the game is different. I get what black women are saying. I get what y'all saying too.
But you saying where I'm finding these females, bro? They out here,
bro. You
Yeah, they had to cut that shit right there.
Okay,
Yeah, because this nigga stupid.
That's stupid right there. He said 1970s submissive. What the hell does that mean? Women
That's when they started
were
getting out of
more
order.
1970?
Yeah,
They
women
were
were out of order
submissive
then.
That's when they started getting out of order.
That's when they was fucking shit up.
That's the start of this shit, nigga. Now, if you went back to like
the most
1950,
radical was.
yeah, like shit, it got worse. But like, you want to go back to like 1950, 1940s when we were married and together and doing it up? Yeah, because it wasn't even about being submissive. It was a form of submission, but Men knew they had a role they had to play, and women knew a role they had to play, and we worked together.
And I wouldn't even say women were submissive during that time. They were respectful.
Yeah.
That's all they were. And you could look at examples of any of them old TV shows.
Y'all keep talking about it. Give me some Kool-Aid real quick.
Hell no, man. This man in Kool-Aid. Keep going, Israel.
Women were respectful of their men. They weren't necessarily overtly submissive, but they were respectful. Go look at The Help. Go look at any of them type of movies during that era. Those women still had mouths. They were still loud, and they still wanted to jump in somebody's ass, but they had a level of respect that they didn't cross certain lines.
Time and a place.
And the difference today is women don't have no lines. They habitual line crosses.
Yeah. Oh, habitual. Like, now I agree with you. I agree with you with that, because this is not some new phenomenon that women just magically evolved into having these attitudes and carrying themselves a certain way. The same way
they always
that
had
these,
attitudes.
Yeah, the same way where these dudes have not just magically became pussified. We've always had men that were pussies in society. But there was a stress put on men to be a certain type of way. There was a stress on women to be a certain type of way. And if you did not abide by that, you want to go out and be a hoe in the street, you're going to another city. You're going to another town. We moving you away from the family. You're an embarrassment. Any man that didn't want to do what the hell he had to do, you on the fucking street from an early age. Your family would disown you right off bat. We ain't got away from that. It's all about this feeling shit. Well, you don't know what they're going through. Bitch, everybody in life goes through something. That ain't no excuse for you not to do what you're supposed to be doing. If you need help, go get it. Like, it's too many people making excuses for people, and we living on this emotional plane of like, just let it ride, let them do what they want to do. It's like this girl got 3 babies by 4 different dudes. Yeah, I said 3 babies by 4 different dudes, and we sure that she's gonna pick the right guy next time with no help, no guidance, no counseling, no nothing. That's where we stand at. It's possible. Highly unlikely, baby. Unless Russell Wilson run around this bitch. Let's see. Let me see. Matter of fact, Red said his wife got an FBI earpiece and a shot collar on his balls. Good God. And then Foxy said, yep, you're right, Jay, about the fallback. About
Foxy
2.
Gonna agree with her baby daddy Jay.
She know what it is, man. Light skin, brown skin. We work together. But she said, I'm thinking she was saying about 2 fallback in the 70s. Red said the 1970s is when women became the majority of voters. Taxes, debt, spending, and handouts skyrocketed from there. He also said they
become the majority of voters in 1970. They was just allowed to vote for the first time, but they didn't become the majority until later on. Good point, though. I understand what you're trying to say, but it's a little off.
All right. And he also went on to say they vote with their feelings. Grace came in and said women used to be happy with basic provisions like a home to raise their kids, bills paid, and food stocked. Now they don't even want kids and want a luxury lifestyle. That is true. And then Foxy said at Red, and this is why if I ever voted again, it's a woman president. It's for a woman president. I sure wouldn't vote for her emotional ass. Hold on, let me read that one more time because I know I fucked that up. And Foxy, you
saying if she ever vote again, it wouldn't be for a woman president.
All right. Hey, look, man, I had some ladies come into the comment section because I haven't been able to post. So I get to just see the comments come in and they just writing all on the comment section. These motherfuckers is literally after I did that Cynthia G video where she said that black men ain't never did nothing, never built nothing. I was like, oh, here, one lady literally came and said black men have never advanced. I was like, didn't we have here, regardless of how we feel about this motherfucker, because I'm pretty sure everybody has certain feelings about this person. But didn't we have a black president?
Well, we had an African American president, but
I'm just saying,
wouldn't count that as an advancement.
You wouldn't count him? Wasn't the daddy black?
Here's the advancement, right? And I just got into a conversation yesterday with a young lady. She was saying, "Oh, this dating pool out here ain't what it used to be." And what I said to her, I said, "No, you got better options. Men have gotten better So if you go back 2 generations, them men wasn't shit. They didn't do nothing.
Yeah, prime example. Prime example, what you talking about, Israel? You remember before, like, men didn't even have a 3rd grade education.
Exactly.
Now they complain that these dudes ain't got a college diploma.
Right.
Shit,
We
3rd grade.
exceed men who exist in this country right now, who are alive right now, are better than the previous generations of men. All statistical categories have gotten better for men. Whereas with women, you're not even a fraction of what your great grandmothers were. You don't do nothing what they do. These are facts. This is not opinion, and I know I'm gonna piss some people off with me saying that, but it's true. You don't
grading
do what
on a
your
different
grandmama
scale.
did.
They graded on the wrong scale.
No, I'm saying when you rank men across generations on the same scale,
yeah.
we've gotten
We
better.
are. I get that because men are
And then
always
when you
been ranked the
compare
same way.
women to their grandmothers and their great grandmothers,
Not even close.
They've got it not even close.
Yeah, because grandma was working, might have ran a business, helped Papa run a business, and took care of home.
Popeye wasn't running no damn business. Popeye was working in a factory, moving.
It depends on, but see, it depends on which generation you talking about. I'm talking about the generation
No,
back
go back
then
to
when we
any
had our own shit.
generation. There was no large percentage of black men in the history and back in history who were businessmen. You had a couple.
I'm talking
but those
about.
were
Wait, I'm talking about the black towns we had back then.
Yeah,
when
even
we had
in
a lot of
those
places.
towns, it
So
wasn't
what
the
I'm saying,
majority of men who were
I know that,
business
but listen what I'm saying. But listen what I'm saying. Even still, you had black women that were working, whether they were working for somebody else or if they was fortunate to have a man that had his own business, they was working with their man and still taking care of the home. These heifers nowadays are lazy as hell, want everybody to help them, and then we'll still talk shit
I
about
understand
men.
what you're saying. I'm saying the same thing, but what I'm correcting you on, because we always go to this entrepreneurial narrative that never existed. Women weren't staying at home, they were working too. Black women have always been the most educated of us. That's always been a fact. But as far as businessmen, it was very rare. That's a rare thing. The majority of us always came from 2 family households that was working together. That's our history.
See, but that's my point. That's what I'm saying, Israel. That's my point. Grandma.
But I'm just saying, take out that entrepreneurial.
No, I'm not going. No, Israel, I'm not going to take that out.
It's not true.
I'm not saying it's true for everybody. I'm just saying whether or. I'm not saying that's it. I didn't say that.
I'm saying it's not. It's no point in even saying it. There's always an exception.
Israel, I'm going to say it. I'm still going to say it. I'm going to talk about the
exception. Allow me to
exception.
finish my statement?
Well, go ahead.
The reason I'm saying not to say that, because these women today want to tell this BS narrative of my granddaddy had a business and why you don't have a business. Granddaddy didn't have a business. Where is it? Where are all of these businesses that existed? Where are they? Why didn't they get passed down from generation to generation like businesses do? It's not our story. And it's unnecessary is all I'm saying. We worked together. We had regular jobs. We just worked together and made it work. That's who we are. But even today, like y'all brought up Shanquella earlier, they tried to make that girl a businesswoman. She ain't no businesswoman. She was selling bundles in lashes. And then I was on a podcast and they said, well, her net worth was $500,000. Bullshit. You got millionaires who don't have a net worth of 500,000. This girl wasn't known here in Charlotte. She wasn't this big businesswoman. I don't know why they put that narrative out there. That means from 21 to 25, she was averaging $100,000 a year in profit for her personal wealth. Unlikely. We know the net worth of black women is only $4,000 on average. So all this Ellie out this blue, they just make up this narrative that ain't true. Why? We didn't need to know that.
Listen, I get what you're saying. But the reason why I said I'm going to say it is because I have that situation with extended family that there's businesses that's been passed down. So I've seen it growing up.
But
So
we're not talking about anecdotal information.
Wait,
we're
listen,
talking about the majority of
listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. That's why I named different scenarios. Israel, I didn't say one situation, did I? I said multiple.
We gotta stop doing what women do. And
I'm
that's
not
what brought
doing
out on
that.
Let me show you where you are. Because that's what they was brought out with, the sexual assault. What percentage of women are being sexually assaulted? Like 2%? Why are we having that conversation when the other 98% of people don't go through that? What percentage of black people own businesses in this country right now?
It's
probably about 8 or 9%.
Maybe, yeah, and that's on a high level. So what about the 90 other percent of us? Why are we even talking that's what they do? We supposed to be about facts, data, and statistics. Why are we even talking about that small portion of something? It don't add nothing to the conversation, and it kind of distracts away from it. But
this is the thing. This is my thing, Israel. Respectfully, okay. You're not gonna change my verbiage because of what you think on that.
It ain't about what I think.
And like I said, hold on. But listen what I said. That's why I brought up multiple situations from back then that black women were in. The main thing was they still took care of home. That was the main thing of the conversation. You getting a little too drawn off into that little
but that's
one
what
part
they
of what
do,
I said.
Because they're gonna.
I don't care what they do. Israel, you can't.
But you
tell
do
me
care
not
because y'all
to bring
always
that up.
argue with them about the facts.
I'm not arguing with
you can't argue with them about the facts and not hold ourselves to the same standard.
I respect where you're coming from on that, but that's different from to tell somebody to not bring up certain things when the majority of what I said was not about business ownership. That's not the majority of what I said. I said, regardless of what situation great grandma was in, she held down the household. Even if you say that's the small one, that's fine. But that doesn't mean great grandma didn't hold it down. No matter what situation she was in,
did hold it down,
whether education
but to also add the
or
fact
anything.
that black people was running businesses don't add to what you just said is what I'm saying.
So if a black man, hold on, wait. So let me ask you a question. Hold on. So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So if back then, say 20s, 30s, 40s, if granddaddy if granddaddy was married, owned a business, his wife probably wouldn't have been helping him.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, that's what I'm saying. So do you get what I'm saying now? You just say that's not what you're saying.
No, I get it. But what I'm saying, what percentage of the population of black people owned businesses at that time? 1%?
Well, if you look at Tulsa, Oklahoma, it was probably like around 20%.
No. We're not talking about one town. Because I could bring up Wilmington, North Carolina. I could bring up Rosewood. I could bring up Charlotte. I could bring up a lot of cities.
Right.
But we talking about the population, the whole population. It's like 1%.
All right, hold on.
It's just not. It don't.
Well,
it don't help.
Get some facts on that for me, then.
Okay, I'll do that.
Bring up some facts. But anyway, we're getting derailed.
We'll pin that. We'll parking lot that one.
We're getting derailed too much off of this. The main
we are. I apologize.
The main thing is great grandma was doing her thing and holding down the family. So nowadays,
and I agree. We agree on that.
We talking about a lot of bullshit, and my response is this. Like, it's more so to the man, if women that are listening, trying to get it, they will get it. So nowadays, it's like, so the little dude that came at Jay and what he said, he kept moving the goalposts.
I wasn't here for that. I'm sorry.
I was about to go to one of the things he said. So he was talking shit about O'Shea, and he was like, O'Shea, he said black men don't call black men out on YouTube. They only call out black women. And then he said something about Obsidian and O'Shea. And he was like, if O'Shea, he might say shit about the Pookies and Ray Rays online, but he ain't gonna say it to their face. I'm like, hold on. But you said he don't call nobody out. So which one is it? So you sound like Synthetic G. Oh, he's supposed to go run into the streets to somebody, a Pookie and Ray Ray's face, who probably known for shooting at people, to tell him what he thinks about him. No, we have a conversation with each other. That's what we need to do. The brothers that want to listen to what O'Shea got to say, or Obsidian or whoever, they're there for it, and they're building on that. That's all that matters. But they try to make it seem like it's only just a complaining thing. My thing is no, it's a response. Now, however Jay do his thing, however I do my thing on certain things, may be a little different, but that's his right. Just like I got my right to say what I say.
What was they saying was matter with Jay? What was they trying to say about Jay?
Oh, that he only call out women. That's it. That he weak for it.
I'm hard on Jay, and I wouldn't say that. And what's the point?
Oh.
What was the point they was trying to make about Jay? I'm trying to understand.
He just said a bunch of babble shit. He tied Jay in there with everybody else because of the Cynthia G videos and everybody else. And he was like, well, he don't give a damn. Why should anybody point out what a black woman doing? He out here getting his money and all that. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. But why you worry about what somebody else saying then? Why you making a video about it? Why you in their comment section? Keep it moving. Because
I'll bring up Obsidian. Obsidian had a good response to a similar scenario.
Yeah, go ahead.
And Obsidian says, I always find it funny that you dudes who got so much to say about men like me, y'all never get in the arena. He's like, I'm in this arena. I'm in here. I'm a gladiator. I'm in here fighting. But y'all don't never get in the ring. But y'all always got something to say about those men who are in the ring. So I would stick up for Jay in the scenario, at least the nigga in the ring. At least he stepped up. Right, wrong, or otherwise, But, whoever that dude is, you always going to have them, the naysayers, the haters, if you will. They ain't got no solutions. They ain't going to put no work in. But they always going to have something to say about those of us
exactly.
who are doing it.
It's like, what does your track record speak for? Go ahead, Jay.
I'm about to say now the dude's just short-minded. He doesn't understand that if somebody's building a coalition and an army against you and your people on one side of town, but you say, don't worry about that. You complain if you say something about that and call it out. When they come knocking on your door to put you in the dirt, what you gonna say then? Like, this lady is literally advocating for these women to delete their sons just because they decided to lay it with somebody that they think might be a Pookie or a Ray Ray.
And it's happening.
He don't care. Yeah, he don't care about that. And I'm like, that's fine and dandy that you don't care about it, but why you coming over here in my section? I'm talking about I blocked the dude for like 2 days. This motherfucker came back after 2 days writing on it. He was just copy and pasting. I tried to have a conversation with the little soft ass nigga. I was like, fuck the dude. I'm like, look, fuck the dude. Like, dude, you don't care about what they saying. That's fine and dandy. Go on over there and do your thing. Like, that's like somebody saying, well, you're talking about this. Why aren't you talking about that? I can't worry about people starving in Yemen. At the same time, I'm worrying about something going over here. I can't worry about everything in the world. But one thing I am going to address is if somebody has a platform that has 116,000 followers and their followers are coming over into my section advocating, talking about, yeah, delete all these men, delete them. They all need to be aborted. I'm going to probably say something about that.
And make it so crazy. I got people that follow her that come to my videos on stuff that I ain't even say nothing about. That type of shit on. Nothing whatsoever, and they'll try to start the argument. I'm like, heifer, I wasn't even talking about nothing about Cynthia G, none of that. What are you talking about?
Guilty by association.
Yeah, so they'll come over and just start a stupid ass, try to start an argument over some dumb shit that you weren't even talking about. So apparently she getting something done. Her and whoever make videos like her. Like, I could care less. But at the same time, it is a situation that's in our community and affecting our community. And she's one of those hyenas that's pushing for it. If you look at the stats, it's over 19 million abortions of black children since the 70s.
I would say 25.
Yeah, it's over
yeah.
there. So
Yeah.
you mean to tell me that shouldn't be a concern of ours as black men? Are you kidding me? But we call black men out for the bullshit too. What are you like? But you only see like the same thing with the Jay Mike dude. He was the only come around when Jay would have a conversation about Cynthia G. Now, mind you, when I do different videos, he wasn't popping up for none of that shit. He wasn't popping up for me calling out dudes. When I had the video calling out certain types of fathers that try to teach their daughters to be independent like they Beyonce or some shit, he wasn't there for that. So that showed you pick and choose your battles. I'm talking about the war. Fuck just the battle. I'm talking about the war, and the war is within ourselves. That's what we got to correct.
Yeah, and I mean, I think old man said it best, man. You always gonna have these haters who ain't gonna get in the ring. I mean, think about when we was growing up. You know, we talk shit, man. I play ball better than you, man. All right, man, we gonna show up to the court, man, Saturday, and that nigga never show up.
Man, I had to change my tires.
Man, see what happened, my ankle. You know, come on, we all know these. But that dude be the biggest shit talker in school. He'll never show up to the court, man. You know.
Well, usually I try to ignore the motherfuckers, but when the motherfuckers start talking, like when they talk about your wife that doesn't pass and they saying all this other stuff, I'm like, nah, man, I'm addressing this shit, bro. You're not finna come around here and think like, cause the motherfucker like, oh, we got emotional, bitch. You talked about my dead wife. What the fuck you think I'm about to do? You're lucky I don't know where you stay at.
Well, that's when you got to play chess and not checkers, man. You know they're going to try to hit you below the belt there. And they know they're going to get a rise out of you. I mean, again, if we was in person, you'd be probably punching them in the face as soon as they said it, you know.
Oh, you know me, I'm an eye for an eye type of guy.
So you're going to get that, you know what I mean? But on this internet shit, we got to play chess a little bit. And out, like Jason, like, I think it was Optus said it, or maybe the dude on the video said it, man. We gotta be good leaders with our intellect too, and outthink some of these dudes, these small-minded dudes. And I know it's frustrating. Believe me, I done whooped a lot of ass in my life, man, over some stupid shit. And you know, but I'm older now. I got like one good ass whooping left in me. I'm saving it. But when I was y'all age, I was whooping ass all the time. But I was a hothead and I had to think about it, you know. But I got a cousin who pushed my buttons like that, man, you know, and he ain't never been the best at nothing. And I feel sorry for him. I'm like, damn, you wasn't even the best at a spelling bee, nothing. Like, you ain't got no credit to your game. You can't say you was the best high jumper, triple jumper, long jumper, best running back, nothing. You was just a regular ass dude all your life. And girls be picking up on that. And that's like, you lame. Because now what I've seen happen is that these dudes have gotten older and a smartphone. Now they want to act like they scholars and they've been doing this all their life. I was putting in work, man. I was the only black dude in the newspaper for being on the president's list. It was me, one black girl, 4 Chinese girls, and a bunch of white girls every semester. I'm like, where was all y'all scholars at when I was there? Where was y'all? You wasn't even on the dean's list, let alone the president's list.
It just blows my mind that a lot of people come out with these different narratives and they say these things to keep repeating old stereotypes when you literally walk around with a supercomputer in your pocket and you can easily Google it. And that's my biggest point.
Using it, man. So here's the thing. Most students in school, you was a C student. That's the average. Most people was an average student. And what happened in 2007, 2008, when smartphones started coming out, everybody got smart all of a sudden. But you don't go from being a C student to a fucking Rhodes Scholar. It don't happen that way. But people can't admit their own limitations. If you smart, you smart, but you was smart in damn elementary school. But I just find it funny, you know. But now niggas is reading books all of a sudden. They ain't never read a book in their whole life. I'm like, really?
I would hope people would try to actually start using these things for better. But it looks like every time we're going that way, they start making new apps to deter people from actually using their brain more.
Well, it's just, if you're a bad student, it don't matter what tools I give you. That's just what you are. That don't change. Your IQ doesn't go up. It actually goes down the older you get. So, you know, and that counteracts that narrative to women that I'm wiser now that I got older. No, you're not. You're stupider. But according to science and biology. But I just find it funny, man. And a lot of these arguments that these dudes is bringing up today like they knew, like that shit was debunked 30 years ago. What are y'all talking about?
Well, I mean, that's what's helpful about these platforms is actually to see the stupidity. And
yes,
I mean that's for
and
me.
people are getting exposed.
Yeah, for me,
And
that's
they
why
get
I call a
angry.
lot of shit out. I'm like, hey, y'all seen this? Like, are
And we
you
gotta do it to
kidding
each
me?
other.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna win no argument with no woman. They even if they wrong, they gonna be right. But
Oh
with us
yeah,
men,
and don't forget, even when they're wrong, they also gonna get backing support from other men.
oh, they go. Well, the simps is always gonna do that.
That's
You're
what makes
always
it
gonna have
worse.
simps.
Yeah.
Look, I've seen simps hang around a woman for 20 years. They was in the friend zone. I'm like, really? I'm like, she a hoe. You've
Yeah,
been in
I'm
a
too.
hoe's friend zone for 304, excuse me. You've been in a 304's friend zone for 20 years?
I'm too straightforward for that shit. I mean, but that's just me though. That's just me though, because I've caught myself in my younger years, like, oh, hold on, you ain't finna do that. Yeah, nah, I gotta keep it moving, baby girl. If that's the time you on, I gotta keep it moving. I'm not gonna sit around and wait on you for dead.
It's just a numbers game.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, just do the math. Like, move on. Move on. It ain't nothing
Well,
gonna happen.
Foxy said to you, Israel, she was a CD average student in grade school, and in her last year of high school, she finally became a A student.
Well, that's what's up. No, that's a good point she's making, but she did it when she was an adolescent. So she didn't
Right.
wait till she ain't turned into an adult who became an A student. She did it in school where you're supposed to figure your shit out. You know what I'm saying? But you got people who was a C student all the way through high school. And then all of a sudden, and they 35 now, and they geniuses, according to them. Like, when were you ever, they measure our intelligence all through school. And they'll pull you out and put you in a gifted and talented class or a higher percentile class. They do that at an early age. So we got people who never been recognized for their intelligence on YouTube today, making it seem like they're geniuses.
But don't forget, even worse than that, you got more people. I mean, it's been that way, but the fact that we'll have somebody like Meg Thee Stallion who actually got a degree in something, it sounded like the dumbest bitch you've ever heard in your life.
Yeah, because your degree don't make you smarter.
It really don't.
It's just job training.
Yeah.
So you could be
all you do is regurgitate it, really.
That's all you're doing. Is so you have to increase your intelligence.
Right. But see, that's the thing though. Even still, it used to mean something, especially to our community, to have a degree and go do something with your life.
Well, education meant something.
It meant something
before it became standardized, and the federal government got really heavily involved in it. Education ain't what it used to be.
Nope. But they were huge. I seen this one little young black girl she interviewed stars all the time, so she was interviewing her. But I was glad the young black girl just asked her about her education. But she sounded dumb as fuck when she gave her answer. She was like, I mean, part of it. She was like, she wanted to make her mom proud. I'm like, that's great. Because she was like, I was the only one who didn't have one and all that. I'm just like,
hold on, man. Stop trying to do an Alabama accent.
That was not an Alabama accent. That was a Texas Texas accent. But she just sounded dumb as a doorknob. The little girl who like 10 years old sounded smarter than her. So, I mean, like I said, how else are we supposed to respond to this? And it's like, no, we have to talk to each other about these things. If there's women that will get it, God bless them. But that can't be the main concern. It's like simping is not going to help clean up our community.
We got to get the men on code.
Yeah, simping is not going to help clean our community. And I'm tired of seeing it. And I get into it with some guys from time to time about these different conversations. I'm like, bro, I'm just keeping it G with you. You can't say one thing in front of me and then say another thing and think I'm not gonna hold you to what you said the first time. That made more sense. That made sense, brother. Well, you said this, but now you're saying that. That, like, bro, that don't make no sense.
They changing their language up for the audience, depending on who they speaking to. They're
no, Israel. These dudes would not be around none of these females and still say the same stupid shit.
No, I mean when they talking to us. I mean not when they talking to the women.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is they'll be with the women, they've been getting programmed so much, and you know what they're using the programming, that pudding. So when they get around you, they saying that same dumb shit that she's been saying to him.
Wait, hold on a minute. I got to translate what you said to Jay. Hey, Jay, you know what he talk about when he say pudding, right?
Stupid. Jay probably over there cooking. Jay over there cooking.
He stepped away.
He in there cooking beef stew and it's
Yeah, I'm about to say I missed that. What happened?
See?
He over there cooking something in his shirt pocket.
Nah, man, I changed up my whole room in here, man. I'm standing up now, man. Y'all can't even see me.
Sit down.
Nah, man, I'm standing up. I'm doing something. Let me angle this bitch up right here. There we go.
But man, that's why I sent you that video that the other day. That video was from like 2-3 years ago. And if you go listen to that video, you'll be like, damn, he say that's the same shit he been saying. I've been on the same code the whole time. And I got videos older than that. You be like, damn, this dude been saying this shit.
Man, the
whole time.
The movie script ain't changed, just the actors. That's it.
But some dudes, man, I see them change up their game, man, depending on who they talking to, man.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they get around them women, boy. They I'm like, wait a minute, that ain't what you just said to me. Like you said something totally different. Now you get around these ladies, the lovely ladies, and you can't speak to them.
It's always them same dudes. When we all done had them in our groups, man. They'll talk all that bullshit. Soon as girls come around, start bitching. I'm like, man, stop being a hoe. Bro, you cop like you hating. Like, nah, you being a hoe, bro. You over inflating people's egos. That egos don't need to be inflated. But I ain't trying to not do these ladies.
They act like the women don't know what they be doing. The women be knowing.
Oh, they damn sure know. And they laugh at it. They know, like, yeah, he an easy as Mark, about to take advantage of that. But you was about to wrap it up. Go and read them comments, man.
Yeah,
we ain't wrapping shit up, man. We going overtime.
We already did. Foxy Move says she was trying to dumb herself down for the collective because to be book smart or nerd is whack.
Yeah, we all did that. We wanted to be cool. We all had that stage where we wanted to be cool and shit. You know?
Grace says they aren't even educating these kids anymore. Nope, they indoctrinating them. It's cool to be
not
foolish.
at all, man.
It's cool to be foolish. The Bible speaks of people having being wise in their own eyes. Yeah, thoughts
in their own mind. Yeah.
Yeah, like my dog said, thoughts seem right in their own mind. So
yeah, you go to Proverbs. There's a bunch of them scriptures.
For real. So yeah, we are getting close to wrapping it up. Final thoughts on that. Like I said, complaining versus responding. I'm gonna go to you first, Israel.
I think we need to respond and strategically and on code. That's what I think us men need to do. We need to respond. Complaining ain't gonna do shit for nobody, man. And all it's going to do is just give them ammunition to come back at. But if you come back with a response, a statistical response to the foolishness, and you'd be surprised how many women just don't know the statistics. You know, I told a woman recently, I'm like, yo, 56% of men are single and childless. What you talk about? That ain't true. Yeah, it is true. Use your smartphone. Look it up. No, I can't. Why I can't see him? I said, aha. Taste the soup.
Taste the soup. Where's the spoon?
Aha.
All right,
you
Jay.
can't see them because they hiding from you.
Right. So, Jay, responding versus complaining. What's your thoughts?
I already told you, man. When I hear people talk about we're complaining, man, that's a negative. Like complaining, it has a negative connotation to it from the get-go. So when they use that word, they try to use it as if they have some moral high ground that they standing on. When it really comes down to it, is they just don't like what the fuck you said because you just proved them wrong. Like when Israel just stated those statistics, you say that shit, the motherfuckers say you're complaining about something. They don't want to receive that information. And it's a group of people that do this shit. Those are the never savers, never gonna be saved. Like you're not making the boat type bitches. But
2/3 ain't gonna never be saved.
Ain't gonna never be saved. So like there's a clear difference between complaining and actually voicing your critique or whatever the hell. Like if somebody has factual data to back up their argument, to refute the argument that you made, it's not complaining. Now if a motherfucker says, well, Tommy, you got in trouble because you're stealing. You need to stop stealing. And then that motherfucker says, well, they did it too. That's complaining right there. That's a bullshit ass argument. But when somebody gives you actual data to disprove exactly what the fuck just came out of your mouth, that's not complaining. And sometimes
that's what Pearly was trying to do to the girl on the video. Pearly was like, "What are you talking about? Do you have any statistics?" And the girl got real quiet for a minute. She couldn't say nothing.
Because they don't got shit. It's like what you said earlier. They don't know a lot of the data. And the sad part is a lot of dudes don't know the data either. But it's very glaring when you see, because a lot of the dudes that don't care about these topics and don't talk about these topics don't open their mouth or come over here for this shit. But a lot of women that don't have any know-how about this shit will come over into these sections because they're emotionally triggered, and they'll start saying shit. And when you hit them with the facts, then they lose their motherfucking mind and sit over here and talk about, well, they just don't fucking care, to be honest with you. But it is what it is, though, man. We got real ladies. We see the real ladies that come over here every night when we do shows, be in the comment section. They know what the fuck it is. They try to go in on my girl Grace. Like, I'm like, damn, bitch, y'all
Hey,
so
Jay, let me ask you a
mad.
question, right? Where was you at Thanksgiving, man?
Huh?
Where was you at Thanksgiving?
Oh, man, that trip
'Cause
got
we
canceled,
heard
man.
No. We heard something.
Like what?
We heard you got on a plane
Oh, nah, man, I was at the house.
and went up to New York. That's what somebody in the chat said. Somebody in the chat said that. You know, I'm
This
just putting it
man's
out there,
stupid.
you know, just-
This man's stupid. This man's stupid.
Foxy
Nah,
gonna
I
cuss me
ain't-
the fuck out, yo.
I ain't been able. Lord's willing, I'll be able to make a trip up there one of these days. Lord's willing.
I'll try to step my word.
Foxy said
Hey.
she got you. She gonna flew
But that's
you
all I
out.
got.
Anyways,
That's all
we
I got.
real quick, I'm gonna
And you
end it
see
on
Jay,
this note.
Jay ran off the camera and did like 20 push-ups and came back and started flexing his triceps. I peeped that shit out too.
What the fuck?
He ain't got none. Anyways, but yeah, responding versus complaining. We know what it is. You know, we talk to the fellas, man. Some get it, some don't. Some scared to even voice their opinion because they scared they're gonna lose out on the pudding pop or whatever. But hey, it is what it is. We're gonna keep doing what we do over here. So I appreciate everybody for coming out to the show. Shout out to everybody who stayed around. Shout out to everybody that will catch the replay tomorrow, Lord's willing. Catch the replay. So y'all make sure y'all check in, man, every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Jay, let them know what's up, because I know you dealing with a little something right now, but you should be straight by your day. So go ahead and let them know what's up.
Yeah, y'all can catch me over if anybody new came in here, whatever the hell, or anybody y'all want to tell, whatever the fuck, to come over and check out the channel over on Let's Talk with JVJ. I actually made a backup channel, but for the time being, I'm dropping videos and everything over here on the JVJ network. So I want to keep everybody all circulated on the same shit, man. Everybody fuck with each other. When you see Op doing something, you'll probably see me doing something. So make sure y'all sub up on all the different platforms. I know that's asking a lot because people got shit going on, but just do it for your boy.
Israel, let them know what's up with your podcast, man.
Yeah, hit me up at the People's Podcast. Y'all can find me anywhere on social media at BBN Israel. That's including YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I'm there. Holla at your boy.
Holla at your boy. So y'all remember that. Try to keep up, man. We always doing something. Got to keep educating the people. You know what I'm saying? So
we gotta stop letting these damn volunteers play like they victims.
Man, that's a show for a whole nother time. We out, y'all. Chill.
Bring forth life. Man plants the seed. Okay? So,
If you want, man, I remember I used to go out with I used to take an ugly chick out with me on purpose. Just to get other chicks.
a lot of these women choose men who are weaker or choose men who are fuckboys and then complain about the very same
They want them to be
attributes.
alpha male and all this dominant shit.
And you into doing something, you gotta be careful about that type of shit. Jay, what you writing over there? You trying to steal another idea? You stealing another idea? Tell the truth, ain't you?
Nah, I just came up with the idea.
Somebody said, "Yeah, boy,
It has nothing to do with that.